Run when the rhythm's right. Go into the night. Go until you're out of sight and you're out of my mind. Run when the rhythm's right. Go into the night. Floating as the river flows, easy as it goes to the ocean. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. Promise me, but you never tried. Secrets in your eye, you go and run, I'll hide. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. I don't ever wanna be crowned, just another prize. It breaks my heart, heart, breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart. me to the ground now, and somehow I feel like you don't know me. Shook me to the ground now, I don't even know how. Brought me to a life that you never showed me. Coming from the locked up ghost of yourself, but you're coming from the light. There's more to you than you ever thought there was. Yeah, you're coming from the light.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome. My name is Resorty, and to you, one and all, I say, hello, friends. Welcome. Look at us not being fully dressed yet. How embarrassing. It is good to see you all. Hope you're doing very, very well. And yeah, I'm a little bit late today, running slightly behind schedule because delightfully, Noms is working from home today. Delightfully and happily and all the rest. She's not needing to run on in. She's not needing to hurry over. Noms is here, upstairs, having some meetings, but she gets so much more done when she's working from home, and she's very, very, very happy while doing so, because people can't just walk into her office and start talking to her. Instead, she can say, yes, I have time to meet. Let's meet on Zoom. Or, no, sorry, I'm not on campus today. Maybe next week. Oh, it's so good, so good. Axix friends, good to see you indeed. Hello to Pepper. How's it going, Andres? Andres says today's a very good night for you. I hope it's a very good day or night or otherwise for you, my friend. Hope it's been good for sure. Hello, Silent, my friend. Hello, Hit People Guy. Woolbies, thank you for the resubscription. I'm glad you're enjoying hanging out with us and continue to do so for months and months and months. I appreciate your doing so, for sure. Hello to Ame, hope things are going well. Dami, hello. What's up, Lato? What's up, indeed, Geezer Druid? Welcome back, my friend. One of those founders still around, has been here since the beginning. That sure is something amazing. It's good to see you still, friend. Hello to you, Cyber Oracle. Hello to you, Gary, and everybody else. We appreciate being here. Super Cheese, I say hi to you. If not, I apologize. Hello, Super Cheese. So friends, what do I have for you today? Let's see here. Well, number one, today we're going to be playing more of our Cities Skylines playthrough. Today's a Thursday my time. And so, yeah, this is definitely a day when I would normally say let's stream forever and always, but this afternoon I do have an appointment with my psychiatrist again. It's been a week or so since last we changed the old meds, so it's going to be time to make sure one more time that the meds are working okay and answer a little bit of questionnaire work. Occasionally I do wonder, could my psychiatrist's job be done by a robot? Because my therapist, the person who has a degree in psychology, asks me questions about like how I'm doing, and then asks follow-up questions that push the conversation in interesting and at times unexpected ways. Now, the psychiatrist, though, it's often, so how are you tolerating your meds? I say, no side effects, we're fine, thanks. And he says, and you've had this symptom before. Is that getting better or worse? Better, thanks. Okay, in that case, let's raise your dosage by 25 milligrams and see you again in a month or so. That'll be $200, thank you. So, I'm sure there's a lot of knowledge and insight and value behind the scenes that he's bringing, but when it feels like he's explicitly following a flowchart, I'm always at that point saying, I can do this job. No. Again, I know full well there's a lot to it, but man, that is, yeah, I think what causes the need for the human there is so someone has responsibility for the prescriptions. But I do wonder, will eventually we have the robo-medicine that's been the dream of so much sci-fi. I don't know. Hello to you, Steve. Happy day to you, history teacher Steve. Hope things are going well. Steve, this is a rude question, but do you in fact teach history? Like, occasionally people come in and have usernames like, what do we have? Like, Zeus's right hand. And I think, okay, they're not actually, right? They're not actually the chosen of the ancient Greek gods. Or someone comes in like, Fire Guy 47. I'm like, okay, you're not literally fire. Steve, do you teach history? Please let me know. Geezer Druid says the value in psychiatry is being able to follow the flowchart in a subtle manner. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So, yeah, I think it's just a little bit too obvious. And part of it, as I said before, is the guy I go to is the only English language native psychiatrist in all of Tokyo, possibly all of Japan, which is to say you can probably dox him very easily. Good luck. But with that said, he's incredibly busy. So I think part of what he tries to do with any of his patients is get us through fairly quickly so we can get on to the next one so he can make a lot of money. Or what he probably says is help a lot of people. And, I think that's a good thing, a very good thing. But I do wish you were a little subtler on the, would you tell me more about, or perhaps I'm curious about. In fact, the very first time I ever went to a psychiatrist was on the advice of my therapist. I had a therapist back in grad school that I talked with like for the first time ever. I had been afraid of therapy, but we had a good relationship, a nice back and forth all the way through. And she, at one point, said, the therapy's going well. You're saying some things make me think that maybe some medication might help. What would you think? And we discussed that for a while, and I finally decided that, okay, even though I was concerned about, would it change my personality or whatever, I would go and try the psychiatrist, just see what happens. And so I went there and talked to her, the new psychiatrist. And during the meeting, she made repeated references to things that I had said to the therapist that were like deeply emotional truths about me and about how I'm feeling about the world. And she said, like, in the most clinical of ways, you have reported that as such. You have reported that as such. And I was like, oh, this is the worst place in the world. They take all of your feelings and turn them into pure data. So, luckily, the current guy is not quite as bad as that one was. But yeah, I've just not had great relationships, I guess, with my psychiatrists generally. The current one very nicely knows that I teach philosophy, so I always try to include like a little philosophy reference because he studied at Cambridge, and so he had some philosophy training as well. And yeah, it's a strange thing. Doctors are strange for sure. Well, speaking of which, hit people guy. You said yesterday you had a telehealth appointment. How was it? How was that? Please tell me. I mean, when I say please tell me, I don't mean you must tell me, but did you enjoy telehealth? Was it weird? Very curious. Contraption, hello friend, good to see you. Is mental health handled differently here, let's say, than in the States? Yes, it is handled so differently here that I do not go to a Japanese state psychiatrist. I go to someone who's actually outside of the emperor's network, and so I've got to pay out of pocket on it, unfortunately, but it's fine. Mental health discussion here, it feels to me like it was in the U.S. in like the 1950s or so. Like, people are having a real rough time, but you must buck up and work harder, right? People are having an entirely difficult time worrying about themselves, their place in the world. But you know what? Don't complain. People have it worse, right? This kind of thing. And so it's definitely a big shift from what I'm used to in the U.S. It's kind of how it goes. Hey, Valiant Thor, thanks for being here. Most of the chat's happening over on Twitch, but I'm glad to see you. I hope your lunch is going well. Welcome. Hit guy who didn't enjoy the telehealth appointment. He felt very perfunctory and a little bit rushed. Yeah. I mean, this is true in so many medical situations where, because of the way healthcare works today, many providers either feel like or actually are required to hurry through things much more quickly than we'd like. It's easy to imagine the small town doctor of 1992 perhaps. I don't know when. Like the small town doctor one sees on TV, sitting and talking and, oh, it's good to see you again. How's the family? It's kind of like back and forth human experience instead of immediately switching back and forth. Immediately going, good to see you, medicine, bye, next room. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate how it goes. So HPG, your doctor largely only said, lose weight, you'll be better. Yeah, I know a lot of people are pretty frustrated by the reduction of all of their concerns to just one thing, right? You go in and say like, I'm getting headaches and I feel a little draggy and I'm sad maybe. And instead of like thinking about possibilities, like, oh, let's consider lose weight. Good, thank you. And like, sure, I'm sure it's the case for some people, maybe a lot of people. It would help them to lose weight. Certainly for me, it would be a better thing to do. But it just feels so reductive and disappointing when that's the first thing you get. Because I think it's the case that many people who would benefit by losing some weight know that already. And so it feels like you've gone to the witch doctor and he's reported, just get some sleep tonight, you're good. And maybe it's unfair. I mean, it's unfair of us to go to doctors expecting anything more than go do the obvious. But yeah, it's very, very sad though. Very, very sad. Yeah, 'cause when I first went to a physician about my depression, ultimately, I didn't know what it was, didn't know how it worked, and he said, "Hey, have you tried running a little bit?" And I said, "Oh, okay, I'll try running a little bit," and it just didn't work out too well at all. Valiant, you're having roasted quail for lunch? What? What? I'm so envious now. My lunches tend to be a very plain white bread sandwich. And you're having roasted quail. Different lives for different folks. Let me get a tie. I feel very silly standing here with my my little clerical collar already, and that's very strange. What tie do I want to wear today? Pardon me for 1 second. Grabbing a tie. All right. This one. Sure. Got those blue triangles going today, and the blue triangles. They're not triangles; they're squares. I know how math works for sure. Contraption says your clinic charges extra for every 10 minutes past 20 minutes. Yeah, I know that. I know the whole apparatus has to be paid, right? I know that a large portion of our doctors out there also have nurses and lights to keep on and pages to scan and all the overhead, of course. It's not just the physician, and they gotta get paid somehow. It's just rough. Are my ties on the floor? Yeah, they shouldn't be, but the ties I was looking for are down there, because yesterday I made a joke. I don't remember what it was, but I made a joke which I grabbed literally all of my ties and went, see, and then threw them as a ha 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 funny for you all. And then yesterday I had to leave very quickly to go teach, and I haven't picked them up yet. So if you want to, I can go ahead and pause the stream and put my ties away. For right now, though, I'll just deal with the absolute shame of that. We'll see. Oh, Valiant, you're actually from Los Alamos. That's awesome. We have a number of academics and scientists and lots of folks over on the Twitch side. I tend not to talk to both chats. I like you so much. I'm glad you're here, but I'm not going to talk on YouTube all that much. It confuses the Twitch friends. It's so hard. But I'm glad you're here sincerely. It's a floor drobe. I like that so much. I like a floor drobe that we're going to call the way I keep my ties. No, it's really disrespectful. I recognize that my behavior towards my ties is treating them like trash. The floor is a dirty place. The nice things shouldn't live there, but they do. Let's wear this one today. A jacket we've not worn for bits. I'm curious if this jacket will moir terribly. Let's check and see. Not so bad. Very, very, very good. All right. We'll call it acceptable. We'll say it's acceptable. I like it. All right. In that case, want to say what? Yeah, I have a story for you all. About yesterday's class. You will recall that I said, what did I say? I said that yesterday's class was going to be one of my favorite of the semester because I was going to show you all, not you all, sorry, I was going to show my students my favorite idea of the entire semester. We talk about so many things, many of which lead to great conversations and important engagements with big ideas and big questions about how we live individually and together, etc., etc., etc. And so I said yesterday is my favorite topic of the semester, and that is the idea of so-called worker-owned co-ops, where instead of having a normal corporate form in which one person or one group owns and other people do the work, Instead, the people who do the work and make things and sell things are also the owners and the bosses and the developers, and they use democratic means to decide who should manage or lead for the month or for the year or permanently. They can always be voted out. And what I like about this is it's less dominating for one, right? There's no one who can say, forever, I get to tell you what to do. Instead, it's much more like a social situation where, like with friends, you might have one friend say, hey, let's do this. And you can say, no, let's not. And then go talk together and think together. And it bends in the direction of trust and meaning and care and all these words I really, really care about. And so I showed them a short video, a 5-minute video about what this idea means, how it works, how it could work, its challenges, its successes, etc. And the video ends by saying that there are about 1,000 of these kinds of companies around the United States right now, and more worldwide. Okay. So the video ends, and I give a quick little note which says, I really enjoyed this. This video is important to me. This idea is important to me. They mentioned 1,000 or so in the US. Let me mention that many of those are made up of people who have been incarcerated previously. Many of them people who can't find their place in the normal workforce, but create something interesting and valuable with their family and friends that benefits their community. Doesn't just benefit profit or just be job creation. Instead, they think about how does our work benefit what we're doing here, how does it support people who are not actually part of the company, etc., etc. And I said, you might think this is only possible small scale, just you and 4 or 5 of your buddies, but in the Basque region of Spain, up in northern Spain, Basque country, there's a company called Mondragon, which at its high point a few years ago had 81,000 people working in this way. And they have a tremendous number of elections, a tremendous number of ways of thinking together that help them to make their decisions and to rise up and to figure out what is best for them. And back during the pandemic, when things got a little bit rocky, they voluntarily voted to lower their salary. And they decided it was better for people to keep their jobs rather than for better people to keep their jobs and make some money rather than some people keep their jobs making all the money. I think that's beautiful. And I told the students over, like, I think this is a really important and cool idea. And so, I then said, I'd like to start the conversation this way. Would any of you want to work for a place like this? Would any of you be interested in having a job at a worker-owned co-op? I thought that'd be a good way to get into the conversation of what's desirable, what's not desirable, what seems cool, what's not seems cool. And they're kind of quiet, kind of disengaged. I thought, usually students respond very, very well to videos. What happened here? And so I cold call someone. I say, hey, what do you think? And again, the question is just, would you want to work there? The student said, well, if I had to, I guess I would. Well, or maybe not. I mean, it's just a job. And I said, whoa, just real quick, funny thing. I have put together I've said this is my favorite idea. I think it's beautiful and good. And your response is, meh? Meh? And the class laughed. And it was a good moment. It was a moment of recognition that my expectations and what she had given me were not quite aligned. And she smiled. It was fine. We moved on. I said, okay, other thoughts. You don't have to tell me if you want to work there, but tell me what comes to mind. What kind of things are important for you in this? And a student raised her hand and said, this can't happen. I said, wait, maybe I don't understand. What can't happen? It's not possible for people to work together that way. I said, tell me more. Tell me more. I'm missing something important here. People always take advantage of each other. It's not possible for people to share things. Someone's going to take all the power. And I said, no, the video was not a funny fancy story. The video is not a ha-ha joke about, maybe someday we can ride on ponies. No. There are real people really in the world right now who are doing this thing. Really sincerely. That Mondragon company of 81,000 people is not an imaginary fairy world called Fantasiaville. It's in Spain of all places. and I have friends who work in these. I can take you to them. There's some in Tokyo, right? And she said, no, not possible. I was like, I do not know how to respond. And at this point, I felt myself getting a little bit frustrated. I felt myself getting annoyed, not just that I had, they weren't giving me what I wanted, but that this was the best they could give me. I said, okay, let's try one more time. Yeah, and someone raised their hand. And the person said, these will never last. The efficiency of the market will always tend towards producing more for less. And so raising workers' costs and having a distributed democratic system of production decision is inefficient, and so these will not exist long term. Yeah. Yeah. And so I had a moment of, I mean, the honest word, 100%, internally, I had a moment of fury. I was so sure that they had missed the point, because I just wasn't sure what they were going at. And so I turned to the student and I said, I just want to be clear, when you say efficiency, what do you mean? And she said, I mean, the goal of society in the economic mode is to produce as much as possible for as least as possible. I said, okay, and these are less efficient because they pay their workers more, and because they aren't as fast at responding to everything because people aren't being told directly what to do. That is your contention, right? She said, yeah, efficiency is better. I said, okay, I'm about to be very rude here. This is me like going very fast, very hard. Just be ready for this. You know what's the best way to not pay workers very much? You know what the best way is to ensure that work gets done very quickly? You enslave the workers. Bring back slavery. And she said, I mean, yeah, capitalism might go that way. And I moved to their students. I said, are you agreeing? Are you agreeing? And they said, well, no, you don't want slavery. Slavery's immoral. I'm like, okay, look. This is the arguments happening in general here, is if we believe, and we're arguing today just thinking it maybe it's true, if you believe that not having a say in your workplace is a kind of immorality, or is less fully well democratic and developed as it could be, then it's saying this is also immoral. And then these are not philosophy majors. Let me be very close. These are not philosophy students. These are students who are required to take my class. So they're from all majors, et cetera, et cetera. And so another student raised his hand and said, well, not slavery. Slavery is a moral externality. People will refuse to buy things from slavery-based work. And so the market protects against slavery by ensuring that if it's known as being slaves, then whatever happens, and we'll only work for free market workers. I'm like, good God, exactly. And I said, why when I go to the grocery store do some of the chocolate bars say slavery free? Why does someone say slavery free if it's the case that that some of them slavery can never happen? And he said, well, I expect that's just marketing. So it makes people like you feel better about buying it, so you buy more of it. Oh, man. And so at this point, I did pivot it out a little bit and said, I think you all have missed the point. And do recall, I said, I think this is beautiful, which is to say, I think it's a mistake to respond to it in purely economic terms. I'd like to think, does it inspire you? Right? Does it make you feel interested and curious and all the rest? And almost to a person, only 3 of my 24 students said they found it even worth thinking about. And at this point, I raised my voice slightly in a way that I never do and said, honestly, I am so upset today because it feels like you've mocked the thing I said was important. And I recognize what actually happened there. I talked to my wife later. What happened is I never say, I love this idea. I say, here's something to think about. The problem, though, is I said instead, like, this is an important idea. I like it. I hope you like it, too. And it was a very sad moment for me. A very sad moment for me. So, yeah. So after the class, the student who came up first and said, it's being crushed by other companies, said, you know what, Resorti? I have a book economic textbook in my bag here. If you want to see the economic textbook, let me know. I'd be glad to know. I'll show you my textbook after I'm done the semester. Friends, an ad break is coming right now. It should start in about 2 or 3 seconds, and I hope that you enjoy the ads. Back in 3 minutes afterwards. My apologies for still talking, but I can't stop now. And I said, okay, just real quick, let me see your textbook. And so we pulled it out, and we went to the index. I said, I just want to see what this claims about Marx. What it claims about Marx. And what it claims about Marx on the 2 paragraphs about Marxist economic thought. Again, 2 paragraphs for a thought that has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thinkers inside of it, is Marxist thought led to revolutions. These revolutions were dangerous and destabilizing, and the Soviet Union has proven these thoughts are not worthy of consideration. Something like that. There was nothing of actual substance or engagement. It was so frustrating. I said, why would you tell me to look at this thing? Why did I see this thing? And it just broke my heart. And so I told her, you know what, sure, just show me the textbook after the term. I will read the whole thing. I already know the arguments. The primary argument is that efficiency is not the only goal of human society, right? We care about lots of things. We care about happiness and friendship. We care about love and betterment and communal ideals. And if you take literally all of these things and just say they are literally all of these things and say that they are just things to be accepted merely for the purpose of people still buying your stuff, you've missed the point. You missed the point. Now, the unfortunate thing, and I see I've got 2 subscribers, I'll thank you in a moment, I was worked up. The unfortunate thing here is on Friday, I'm doing another day on here is something that's really happening in the world that shows people working in a way that is not merely for profit. And it's something happening in Japan. And I think it's really, really cool because it's a Japanese philosopher who has decided that one day a week, he's going to see if he can get people to come and work together on a farm that he has bought and he shares with many other people to grow food together for people who are homeless or hungry in the Tokyo area. And why is he doing that? Not for profit, not for efficiency, but because he thinks it's a good way to build community. And so if we begin class on Friday and all they're going to talk about is how we should crush this professor because he's destroyed the market, I'm going to be so upset. Anyway, it is the case some of you said earlier. Yeah, usually, somebody said earlier, students often just disappoint professors, but man alive, it is really, really, really strange. It is really, really strange to have the students just not be my vibe, in part because, wait, pause. I need to say thank you or I'm not going to ever say thank you real quick. Hey, Slivers. It's good seeing you, Slivers. Slivers, thank you for the 70 months. 70 months of being a tier 3 subscriber. I appreciate it. So much entertainment and so many wonderful memories over the years. Thanks, Resorty. Thanks, Slivers. I appreciate your memories memories that you've caused in me as well. Everything I know of board games, I know because of you, my friend. And yeah, we have a lot of silly times, a lot of fun times. Occasionally I'll go back and look at some of the clips and VODs and say, oh yeah, we did play that game. Oh yeah, that was really fun. Oh yeah, we enjoyed ourselves, etc., etc. And yeah, it's a good time. Silvers, thank you very much, my friend. I'm glad you're here. Also, Justinian, thank you for gifting a sub to OCD. I appreciate it. OCD, you're very kind to be here, and it's nice that you can be part of the community. I'm sorry for the ads when they run, but it's how it goes. Yeah, so, okay, that was therapy time for Resorty. Usually I'm so chill. It's nice to see me passionate. Yeah, I don't normally get worked up about class. Usually what happens in class, I can say, well, that was that, we're done. It's just because I want the students to feel like something else is possible, right? I want the students to feel like maybe, not this necessarily, I don't think Marx is necessarily right. I just want to say, like, the system we're in right now is not the only system forever. In the same way that back in I don't know, like 1750 would say, we got a monarchy in the US. Welp, that can't ever change, right? This sort of thing where it's very easy to say this is the only possibility forever. And yeah, I wish the students would just feel like, hey, maybe something else is possible. Who knows, who knows. Geezer Druid, my friend, thank you for the generous 5 gift subs. Thank you for hanging out with us today. I'm glad you're enjoying, what's the way of saying, like, passionate resorty, worked up resorty? There must be some portmanteau that's possible. I'm not finding it fast enough, but I'll work on that. Enjoy your gift subs, RCB and Limbasa, Little Forklift, Core, and Tibble's Evil Cat. I appreciate y'all for your, for your willingness to be here. And Geezer Druid, thank you for your kindness in supporting the channel in all the ways you have for a very, very long time now, honestly. Riveted Resorty, Rambunctious Resorty, Riled Orty. These are all good names. These are all very good names. Riled Orty's a little hard to say, but I might go with that one. We'll see. Yeah, I like Riled Orty also. It's just the Orty is hard. So, exactly, Jack. Exactly. Yeah, I think, despite the fact that my students have gone around the world, I think occasionally some of them are still, frankly, parroting the things their parents have said or not exactly willing to take on the new. And the reason it surprises me is I was told, maybe this is wrong, but I was told that the Zoomers were the most, like, socially conscious and attentive and socially politically curious generation we've had in a very long time. My students seem to be a counterexample to that. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I guess I could go into class that way on Friday. I guess we could start with that conversation. Because I thought the younger folks, thought like Greta Thunberg's awesome and David Hogg and these other young people who are making, like, active political movements, and maybe they disagree with them. Maybe they think that Thunberg's wrong or Hogg is wrong, but they're still like, oh, it's possible for an individual person to put their ideas out there and people talk about them. Maybe the socially conscious ones don't go into econ. It's true, but it wasn't only econ students. The econ students were the ones who like really want to talk about just market efficiency. But yeah, almost no one wanted to be on board, so I don't know. Exactly, Drew. It's also a very small sample. It's also people who came to my school in Japan, so who knows? I shouldn't generalize out. I guess I'll be curious to know, though, how they think of their generational, what's the word for it? Like, generational identity. Like, I recognize that generations are made up and very silly, and not all millennials, blah, blah, blah. But with that said, I just don't know sometimes. I just don't know. So, yeah, I agree with you all are saying it's a bad sample, and I shouldn't generalize out at all, but, yeah, I mean, insofar as it's an English language school in Japan, maybe they're thinking that what I should do is go in and, like, argue pure free market, get myself the doctrine of Adam Smith, and ignore all the parts about morality and just go straight through. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't have another class like that on Friday. If there's another class like that on Friday, it will be just madness. Actually, honestly, if it goes that way again, I will end class early. I cannot spend the entire time arguing about economics. Actually, this is what I said. This is exactly what I said. At one point, I said to the econ student after class, if you went into a classroom in economics and argued the entire way through about morality, like if your responses to economic theory was, but what about sadness? But what, like, the professor would engage with you a little bit, but at some point would take it and say, that's not what we're talking about. And you'd say, you're right, this is an econ classroom. And so it's just very, very strange to get a purely economic response to what is meant to be a topic for, like, thinking and discussing and hoping and wondering and just imagining different. Because the responses I've previously gotten on this one, back in the US especially, is I wouldn't want to work there because I don't want that responsibility, right? I don't want to have the conversations about what should we do, what might we want to do, how could we go, because it's just too big, right? It's too big. And I don't want the responsibility of it falling apart on me. And that's super interesting, right? We can have a conversation there about responsibility, about isn't it the case there's more than just you? Instead, you'll be thinking together with other people and making good decisions by consensus or whatever else, which is awesome. And then someone else said like, I think people need to have a boss. People need to have someone who is deciding what needs to be done, or else nothing gets done. And we talk about that. We have a conversation about the ways in which we make decisions all the time in communities. When your neighborhood here in Tokyo, when your neighborhood decides, whose turn is it, week to week, month to month, to take care of the garbage area because someone got there and cleans it up, is that just someone saying you must do this, or is it all of us agreeing that over time we'll pop out and take care of it? And oh man, it is. Yeah, they're really fun conversations on the negative side. There are lots of reasons to say I wouldn't want to do that lead to productive conversations. The market will consume it is not a productive conversation after a certain point. Okay, I cannot keep going on about this. Or my head will explode. So, friends, thank you for tolerating what really was a little round of, what do we call it again? We're calling it Riled Rorty. Riled Rorty. I don't know how to... Riled Orty. Riled up Resorty. We're going with that one instead. I don't know how to do a French accent, unfortunately. It's how it goes. It's not like they're dismissive. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely dismissive. Actually, the hero of the class is this part. I forgot. So I have one very, very clever student, one very smart student. He is visiting here for just a year before he returns to his Ivy League school, which fine, cool, whatever. And he's just very, very on the ball. And so he, as class ended, I said, all right, this didn't work. See you Friday. It kind of ended that way. He stood up and packed his bag and said, "Welp, seems like you all missed the point," and walked out of the room. Which is so rude. I do not let my students insult one another openly, but I did not stop at that point, so... yeah, what an absolute hero. And I'm not going to say anything to him. I'm not going to send him a note like, you get him, buddy. But it warmed my heart just a little bit to have that response happen, so there you go. Did that student get the point? Yeah, he sent me an email later saying his father runs a business and owns a business, and he, the student, is supposed to inherit at some point, and he's thinking of instead looking into what he's heard me mention, namely that some business owners decide to sell the company to their workers. Instead of maintaining the structure, they create from the top down a worker-owned co-op model whenever he takes it over. And he said, and there are a lot of this, didn't know about this, and so it's giving him something to think about. Which is cool, which is very, very cool just to see that people are thinking new thoughts. So, who knows. All right, two more things I want to do in the intro. Number one. I would like to play the Wikipedia game in a moment. Before that, though, a quick update on my cat Fritz. My cat Fritz is still having trouble with drinking water off the floor. As many of you know, I've spent the past couple days attempting to find the best way to make him drink the water without complaining too much. And so yesterday, some of you suggested I should go and buy him a wooden platter on which to drink, because he wants something that's very low to the floor and that is like wood, which will allow him to not taste terrible plastic or porcelain or whatever. And so yesterday I was thinking about it. Yesterday I said, okay, wait, where do you go buy a wooden platter here in Tokyo? Oh, I know where. This weekend I'll do it. But until this weekend, I made a decision. Every time my cat Fritz, if we're talking about him, we should pull him up, shouldn't we? Where are you, Fritz? Those are the chopsticks. Nom's delighted to learn that you all think those are red. Still brown over here, but God, there's Fritz. Alright, so I decided that between yesterday And Saturday, when I go to the store, I am not going to put any more groundwater out for Fritz. He does not get any more water on the floor. Just kind of wanted to see what would happen. And so yesterday, after stream, I went upstairs and he did his meow, 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 meow routine. And I petted him a little bit, I played with his toys a little bit, but I did not give him groundwater. And when I got home that evening, I saw that his saucer, the saucer water, had been consumed. And so this morning, after I'd refilled it last night, the saucer water has been consumed again. So it is the case, my friends, that if I do not immediately give him groundwater, he will drink the saucer water eventually. Now it is possible that he would still prefer to have groundwater there, but maybe our little boy is growing up. What do you say? Hey Sally, good seeing you, and cool to hear that. Yeah, like I said previously, if he just had the big bowl of water, he would occasionally seem not to drink for days and days and days. You know, he would occasionally think that, or I would occasionally think that the water bowl has not changed its level at all. This is a big worry. But yeah, the saucer's going faster. So I'm guessing the ground is still maximally preferred, but the saucer in the background there is good enough. And so we'll probably stay with that. Cat's a super fresh drink. Yeah, it is possible that the saucer holds so little that he can have basically one visit's worth of drink all at once and nothing left over. Where the bigger bowl probably holds, I mean, I tend to clean it out once a day, so it holds 1 day's worth. Water fountains are great. Your little Mia drank 300% more water with it running. See, I'm relatively sure, we definitely had a cat fountain back in Nebraska. But the other cat, good old Sasha Bear, enjoyed using it. Fritz, not so much. I think he would drink from it if the upstairs bowl was dry. I think we did that one time just to see if he'd use it, but he would prefer standing bowl water over fountain water. He's an absolute coward. I've mentioned this before. He's afraid of everything. And so I think the water that's moving intimidated him. Possibly. That said, there's a pet store just on the street. We could definitely go ahead and, get good old Fritz a fountain and see what happens. Your old cat would only drink from a glass. Yeah, Garrett, it's actually what started it. Is that my streaming water glass was here, and he put his head into it and really wanted it. And so I dumped a little bit out on the table, and ever since that, he's been preferring to drink off of the flat surface on the floor. So, yeah, good seeing you, Gary. Hope things are going well. So, use one of the waters with a little bowl upturned on top of it. Oh, that's smart. I don't mind refilling the saucer or refilling the water bowl for him. In part because I think that occasionally, if I'm not intentional, I kind of forget about him. Now, not really, right? Of course he's there, of course I see him, but when I'm refilling his water saucer or bowl, I have a moment of, you are now taking care of Fritz. And because I move into, you are now taking care of Fritz, I then almost always play with him for a little while, pet him a little bit, chase him around. It's a reminder that he's an actual being who has needs and desires and hopes and so on. Probably not hopes, who knows, but he's not just a couch that I can fully ignore. And so, yeah, I think I want to keep doing that. I think anything that leads me to not intend to or require to take care of him, I want to avoid probably. Yeah, I think it's important to me probably. Hey, Grob, good seeing ya. Cat-induced dopamine moment. You're enjoying seeing little Fritz? Yeah, he's a good boy. A couple days here, you're going to get a new cat picture. This picture, as many of you requested, will be a picture of him enjoying his cat roller toy. The cat roller toy that, that like rubs him on many sides simultaneously. He realized that a lot. Cats have poor depth perception. They have a blind spot in front of their nose. Oh, I mean, now that I look at how the eyes are set, I could see how that would be. Yeah, I actually didn't know that. Huh. Yeah, I think I think because of cats' abilities to navigate their way through the world at night in the dark, or in the quasi-dark, dark is fine. Black dark, not possible, right? So because they can get around at night, I have this assumption that cat vision is pretty good, but I know it's not nearly as good as their hearing, right? And so having a kind of blind spot there, an inability to see past their nose, makes sense. Do we have that? I guess a little bit. Yeah, so when I put my finger against my nose, like just beneath my nose, I can't see it. I wonder if all mammals have this. I wonder if all mammals... Oh, aren't there some apes that have flat faces, like totally flat faces? I wonder. Huh. I have no idea. I've never had this thought before. Welcome to New Thoughts. Hello, Eka. Is Fritz closer to me or to Noms Resorty? We don't ask Noms that question. She will get sad. So... unfortunately, it is the case that Fritz has been my cat for much longer than her cats. Or her cat, rather. Fritz was a scared little outside kitten when I got him, and we took him inside, and he never ever wanted to go out, and he still to this day will run away from any man voice, any deeper voice. He wants to get out of here right away. He warms up a little bit to people who do not have deep voices, but still, if he has to choose between, Resorty or Noms, he'll choose Resorty every time. Unless, and I wish Noms were here to talk about this, unless Noms offers him bread. Because the thing he truly loves, more than Noms, more than Resorty, is food. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good to know where I am in the hierarchy of affection. Bread's on top. Yep. Prey and Predator have different fields of vision. Oh, really? I mean, okay, that doesn't surprise me, right? It's one of those things where when I hear Predator and Prey have different fields of vision, of course they do, because they're operating very differently with environmental pressures. But, oh, that's a great thing to know. Very good, very good. All right, friends, we're going to do one more quick game before we get to our Cities Skylines game. That's a game that we rediscovered yesterday. It is a game that I had a heck of a good time playing, and at least one of you hated. That said, that one of you is not here right now. Friends, give me a Wikipedia page title. Any Wikipedia topic you want. We're going to do 3 of them today, just to see how it goes. We will see what we'll see. So, any word you want. No HPG. Well, maybe HPG. HPG, okay, fine. Okay, we're going to do recursion. We're in recursion. I actually don't know where this goes, so we're fine. Okay, so recursion, the reason this is funny is because the definition of a concept depends on a simpler version. Recursion often goes back around in circles on itself, but recursion is a topic in linguistics. And linguistics is the study of language. And language and communication needs information, and gosh, that needs concepts, and gosh, concepts are rules, and rules are from logic, and logic are from philosophy. Hey. All right, I was worried you'd gotten me. Yeah, apparently Fernandez has made a list of ones he's found that defeat the philosophy game, and I have a desire to learn all of them and try to make good edits to the page that drive them in the direction of philosophy. I must fix them all. Yeah, but the very moment that I said that the vast majority of Wikipedia pages lead to philosophy via first link clicking, Fernandez said, "Oh, I can play this game too." So, the SR-71. I don't know what that is, but let's see. SR-71. It's a Blackbird aeroplane or a band. All right, we'll see. So what a whoa. What's it made out of? At first glance, it's not obvious to me what kind of material this is. Like, is it just black painted plastic, or is it carbon fiber, or... I'm not really a military guy. I don't know much about this kind of thing, but... Like, honestly and truthfully, it looks dusty. Like, I see something, I say, they should probably dust their airplane. But of course not. It's made of titanium? So I assume is it painted? So honestly, I don't know what titanium looks like. Because in video games, titanium's often like a silverish color, maybe silverish blue. I don't know. Guess what year it's made in? So that's called the SR-71. It makes me think like 1971, but I don't think that's true. Well, no, I don't think that's true. It can't be true. I'm gonna say this is made in 2009. Let's see if that's true. 2009, 1960s, okay. Yeah, 1960s. Wow, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So what does the 71 stand for, I wonder? I don't know. Hey, welcome back. Do I stream every day? No, I stream every day except for Japanese Sunday, which is American Saturday, which is European overnight between Saturday and Sunday. There you go. Yeah, I stream 6 days a week. It's always a good time. It's from the 60s. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So it is painted definitely, shiny for radar. Oh, interesting. That's really cool. Okay. I wonder what the 71 stands for. Is it just like the 71st model? Yeah, I know about the U-2. I know the U-2 was shot down over Russia, I believe, and it led to a big incident. Gary Powers, I think, something like that, maybe. The designation is 71, so... okay, so the XB-70 Valkyrie was made in a series, and the 71st variant of that series was the SR-71. Cool. How about the SR part? Initially it was the B-71, and then it became the SR-71. What's SR stand for? Secretary Robert, surely. Scout Recon. Oh, cool. All right, thank you. I've learned something new today. See, this is the thing I didn't plan for. What I didn't plan for was learning about cool stuff. So I actually am going to appreciate it even more if you all give me suggestions for topics I don't know about. Oh, it might be strategic reconnaissance instead of scout recon. Strategic reconnaissance. Very cool. I like that. Strategic reconnaissance. And I assume that it goes very, very, very fast, but I'm not going to spend all day reading about all these things. Man, I do occasionally wonder, could I have become a military guy? Like, I have some friends who in college who were so into like knowing every kind of tank and every kind of gun and every kind of everything about everything military, and I just don't know that much about any of it. And because of the way I do get occasionally hyper fixated on a topic and go deep into it, current topic, Wrexham FC, I spend way too much time reading like the fan forums and the rumors on injuries and looking at businesses in Wrexham, and so it's not good. Because I do tend to fixate on things, I could also easily imagine fixating on military things had I gone that direction, but it's the fastest plane ever made. I mean, if the grind wasn't too bad, you'd recommend a couple approachable military games. Yeah, we have a friend of the channel who plays the tanks game. You drive a little tank around and shoot at other players. You miss a lot and then go darn it when you get shot. It's that one, wherever it is. Hey, Pastel Ghost, thank you for the follow, my friend. I swear we'll be playing some video games soon, but welcome. World of Tanks, I think it's called. Yeah, World of Tanks is the game he plays. And he may play a game called World of Warships also. Something like that. And, yeah, he has a good time. And he loves talking about the different kinds of ships and such. It's pretty cool. Is there a philosophy department at West Point? Heck yes, there is. No, definitely the military academies in the U.S. have a tremendous amount of liberal arts teaching because they're making both officers and gentlemen. That's how it goes. Yeah, there have been certain moments my friend is having a really, really good time playing his World of Tanks game. And I think, maybe I could have fun too. But then I recognize the grind of it is substantial. To get access to the best tools, to get access to the fastest, hardiest guns and such, requires a tremendous amount of time and effort, unless you want to spend a bunch of money to hurry along, and That's not my bag. So yeah, probably not going to be doing that kind of game. And some of you know I have very irregularly played Escape from Tarkov. I want to be good at that kind of game. I will never be good at that kind of game, and that's okay. Be a big whale and write it off on my taxes. I actually wonder if anyone's ever done that. Yeah, if you say that for my job, I'm spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a video game in order to show viewers the highest end content that they can't get for themselves, would the IRS glance at it as anything more than, okay, cool? No. It is, generally speaking, not financially advantageous to just spend random money on things for your taxes, but I mean, if you're gonna whale anyway, maybe streaming is the way to go. Alright, we're here for a reason though. We're here for a reason. Let's go and see what we get. So, long range. Oh boy, looking like math very quickly. So, range in aeronautics, as opposed to home on the range. It's the range an aircraft can fly. What's an aircraft? An aircraft's a vehicle. Oh, a vehicle, Latin vehiculum, is a piece of equipment designed for transportation. Transportation, not the kind that would take you to Australia, is movement. What a cool picture that is, huh? Man, when I think movement, I don't think that. Like, I was thinking of some person slowly walking across the street. So honestly, this does not seem like a good example, I think. I think if I were someone who did not understand what movement is at all, I would look at this and say, oh, movement is a motorcycle. Movement is a vehicle. I mean, it's very hard to represent movement in a static image, but this is the strangest of things. So movement is physics. Well, mission accomplished, folks. Physics is a natural science. What's a natural science? It's part of the sciences. What are those? They're the sciences. The sciences are systems. What are systems? They're empirical. What are empirical? They're propositional. What are propositions? Gosh, it's the philosophy of language, and golly gosh, analytical philosophy, and golly gosh, tradition, and golly gosh, tradition of philosophy. Very good, very good, very good. All right, let's learn about two more things today. I'm gonna do one more that you all mentioned, and then I'm gonna do one more random page. So we'll see. Gong farmer. I know what a gong farmer is. I don't want to talk about that on stream. Light scribe. What's light scribe? I don't know that one. Gong farmers. You can pull up on your own. See, this is the problem with doing things I don't know. There's a real possibility someone's gonna put something in. It's gonna be something I got banned for. Not light farming. It was light scribe. Oh. An optical disc recording technology is created by a Hewlett-Packard company. Oh, No. I was gonna say I had one of these, but no, I had like a CD burner. I only used it to record data I had complete licenses to, don't you worry. But yeah, I had a CD burner back in the 90s, early 2000s, for making CDs of all the things I wanted to share with my friends, and my contemporary version of the mixtape. All pretty good, all pretty good. All right, so this instead allows the burning or creation of the front side. So the image of whatever's on the disc, or marketing slogan, or whatever else. That's interesting. So it's not a format of the data. It's instead a format of the image here, I believe. Laser etched labels with texture graphics. Huh. By Daryl Anderson. This is always very sad when what this means is that they did the thing that that you all want to do for me, which is someone, possibly Daryl Anderson, said, Daryl Anderson's an important engineer. Let's make a page for them. And then linked through on this page to Daryl Anderson. And then someone else came around and said, Daryl Anderson, never heard of him. Out you go. And so there's still these moments of broken links. And yeah, I expect that gets removed at some point there. All right. So, mode of operation. The surface of the light scribe disc is coated with a reactive dye that changes color and absorbs 780 nanometers infrared laser light. Okay, so I think I kind of assumed that, and this is me being an idiot, so if you're an engineer, earmuffs please, because it's gonna get weird real quick. I think I assumed that like they'd shoot different colors of light, and then like the color of light would I don't know, magically stay there. I was thinking of it like wood burning. You know wood burning, where you take a piece of wood that's flat and nice, you take a very hot little iron thing and jam it in there and write fishing weather today, and then hang it up on the wall and say, you know what, it is fishing weather today, because fishing weather every day. Ho ho! Right. Yeah, so I assume it worked kind of like that, but seemingly not. So instead, it's colored with a dye that changes colors when it's shot at. Huh. You can do wood burning with lasers. Oh, okay. I think I've seen that. I think I've seen... Oh, this is on Reddit? It may have been on Reddit. Some person who had a webcam hooked up to a laser wood burner, and I believe that people could send in slogans and images and so on, and the thing would auto-print it, and then you'd be able to buy it for a relatively small amount of money, but you could watch the thing being created before your eyes. And I think there was some kind of censoring system so that the auto burner would not write dirty words or make dirty pictures. But yeah, it's fascinating to see how these things work. All right, so a certain amount of light goes out, and that causes it to change colors. Media should always be stored in a protective sleeve or in the dark. Oh no. Oh no. So if it gets additional light, it then changes colors more and causes problems. Lots going here, yeah. Having to store them in a dark place makes them less than ideal, I suppose. Other uses. They've also been used by Maher Al-Qadi, a graduate of UCLA, to turn a specially prepared graphite oxide layer coated on a DVD into graphene. Cool. What's that? What's that? It's an algebra carbon. There must be some reason that you'd want to do this. I'm not going to figure out what it is exactly, but maybe graphite oxide is easy to have, and graphene is harder to have. Who knows, but good job to you. What's your name? Dr. Al-Qadi. Cool. So optical disc recording technology goes to optical disc authoring. I had a moment of, oh no, it's immediately recursive. They're on the same page. We'll see. Optical disc authoring goes to CD. Oh, the compact disc. I wonder if there are any production methods or uses in which the CD is still valuable and important. Because I know that some like audio files will still record onto like actual tape. I doubt anybody's using the 8-track still. Unless you have some very old but very essential computer that can only read 8 tracks. Not 8 tracks, where those data drive things are. Yeah, I always wonder, like, are obsolete media really and truly obsolete? Yeah, hipsters, exactly. Some hipsters do still like bring back the album. James Acaster, the comedian I really enjoy quite a bit, has a book in which he ranks the best, I believe, 500 albums of 2017. I think that's right. And it's some measure a book about the year 2017 for him all the way through. And he as part of his attempt to rank the best 500 albums of 2017, he bought a bunch of them in album format, which is like LP, vinyl, that kind of thing. It's such a strange thing, right? It's such a strange thing because I thought those stopped in the 70s, right? They stopped being the mass marketing way to make them. Now, I guess I don't know, was the movement to CDs made because of better data fidelity? Made because of, like, discs or albums are big and clunky and expensive to make? I don't really know exactly why the movement happened. But no, recently there's been an uptick in let's use albums again. Just not sure. Your father was so sure that mini discs would be the future. I remember mini discs. Yeah, there have been a couple of storage media along the way that just have not worked out. And zip discs? Do you remember zip discs? I don't know if those are the same as mini discs, but is it zip drives, zip discs? One second. We'll come back to what we're doing, I swear, but... Yeah, we had this thing. It's like a normal floppy, or no, floppy disk, but smaller. Yeah, much smaller. I don't know. No, much thicker, sorry, much larger. I don't know why this is being used. A super floppy drive. Yeah, absolutely no idea why we use these. I think we used them for a very short period before CDs went. Okay, and then back to CD. CD is digital. Digital is mass comms. Mass comms are, information. Everything goes to information. Abstract concept. The rules. The philosophy of logic is an area of, it happened again. Tricky philosophy, always showing up at the best of times, the worst of times, and all the rest. Paradox, you're saying the reason that albums went away is basically it was cheaper to make CDs. Okay, cool. I mean, when I say cool here, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. The drive to lower price is not the only good in the world. Let me tell you about how class went yesterday. All right, and then we're going to do one of the random ones. I believe... Oh, what was there? Something special? It's special random, maybe? I think this is how you get there. Hey, there we go. Who's this? Hiram Edson, a pioneer of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. I mean, when I hear a man's name is Hiram, I always expect a beard, and golly gosh, right we are. Hello to you, Hiram Edson. So, like all Millerites, the Millerites and the Hutterites, there was a period for one of my graduate school classes, we had to look pretty deeply into the history of American religion to try to understand how one particular philosophical position got worked out and changed as time went by. And man, the Hutterites and the Millerites are some fascinating folks. So he believed that the world would end in October 22 of 1844. Unfortunately, that one did not work out. Hey, Farinanthus, unfortunately, we said we were going to do 3 of them today. And this is the 3rd one. So, no. Farinanthus can't give us a suggestion today. Oh, what a shame. I'm so sorry, Farinanthus. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe. No. Just one more topic, maybe one more. We'll see. So, belief that after 2,300 days, Jesus' return. We'll see. All right, so what exactly happened to you? Prosperous farmer. Wait. Early life is a prosperous farmer. Pioneer. I feel like I'm missing something on early life. You do not become born as a prosperous farmer. How did you die? The Great Disappointment. Oh, yeah. Because these people were alive on the day they'd been suggesting that Jesus would return. Broken-hearted when Jesus not returned expected. He later wrote, "Our fondest hopes and expectations were blasted, and such a spirit of weeping came over us as I never experienced before. It seemed that the loss of all earthly friends could have been no comparison. We wept and wept till the day dawned." Oh my goodness. Yeah, if you spend a large portion of your life, so 1844, he was born in 1806. If you spend a large portion of your life believing that you know the day on which the most important thing in all of human history will occur, and then it doesn't. Yeah, it's one thing to be a little disappointed when something goes bad, but if you're waiting for it for around about 40 years, crazy. On the morning of October 23rd, 1844, they, the Adventists, walked through Edson's cornfield to avoid mocking jeers of neighbors. Alright, so later, this is true, later the Adventists changed their understanding of what was supposed to happen, say, don't you worry, we're good to go, and they moved it forward again to a new day that he did not live for. Alright, so we do not know how he died, probably of relatively normal means. There you go. Alright, those are our 3... Oh no, we didn't do it yet, I apologize. Will we get from a religion to philosophy? Who knows? It's Adventist, it's Protestant, seem pretty good. It's Christianity. Christianity is Abrahamic rather. It's religion. Religion is social. Oh, interesting. We do it together. Sociology. Oh, this is a different field. There's no way that sociology and philosophy come together. Social science. No, the sciences are not... Oh, no. Science is science. Science is system. System is empirical. Empirical is proposition. We got ourselves philosophy of language and analytic and tradition and philosophy. Oh, there you go. One more done. Thank you, Hiram, for the fun. All right, Fernanthus. All right, Fernanthus. You're welcome to break the game now. Give me one topic that is not a rule of Wikipedia page. One topic that is part of the General Encyclopedia project that does not work. I know you've been very excitedly gathering all of your acorns for the excitement ahead, and now show me the acorns. How about Public Works? Public Works won't get you back there? Really? I'm surprised. I assumed we would go in the direction of civil engineering, and then civil engineering would go in the direction of engineering generally, then engineering does go to philosophy. All right. All right. I'm considering looking at the history here and see if it was changed in the past 24 hours. We'll see. Infrastructure first. Again, I would assume that infrastructure went to engineering. Infrastructure. This is a very, very long sentence to begin that does not have anything inside of it. Let me, pardon me briefly. Is there a page for facilities? There is. Facilitates. Friends, I have a thought. This thought is, maybe as part of our game, anytime we find one that could be modified to get into the list, we make the change. We'll see. Alright, so infrastructure is a whole bunch of stuff. Roads. Again, roads seem like they should go engineering, but roads go to thoroughfare. Thoroughfare go to roads. Okay, you found a loop. Very, very cool. The road and thoroughfare, road and thoroughfare, road and thoroughfare. Interesting. Interesting. Should system be? Oh yeah, because system and systematic are very, very common. Yeah, actually, I do not know the rule for what words are highlighted, which aren't. Because of course, you don't want every single word in a sentence become another link. That'd be overwhelming. But, good job, Fernandez. You really found one. Did you find one on your own, or did you instead? Look this up somewhere? Because that's absolutely fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. This is very long. Battle no skill. Thanks for the follow, my friend. I said about 20 minutes ago we'll get right to the game real quick. And, yeah. I do wonder if I went through, like, if I was, like, legit about it. 'Cause I think, like I said, I think independently of are we playing the game, I would be surprised to read this much and then not see a link. Because usually, we go to any other page, there's something pretty early that one clicks on. Road thoroughfare, seems like you're stuck in a roundabout. I'm afraid you might be right. All right, that's really cool. That's really cool, Fernandez. Thank you for finding that one. I'm gonna make a little note here just for something. Also, one might wonder, Resorty, do you pay for a VPN? And I'm saying, why would you wonder that? Why are you curious about VPNs of all things? Huh? Weird. So Public Works, question mark. We'll see. Very good. Thanks for the help. Appreciate it. That was fun. I had a fun time. Hopefully you had a fun time. Let's go ahead and pull up our video game for today. Look, friends, I remember to load it. We don't see the oops today. It's very, very good. So let me say this. Today is currently a Thursday in my time. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll be playing this game also. Saturday, probably the same. And then for next week, I'm just not quite sure. I'm kind of back and forth. I'm kind of curious. I could easily imagine playing Cities forever. But I also do want to play the new CK3 DLC, which is coming out kind coming out in tomorrow. In tomorrow, indeed. I don't know. I'm going to do a poll right now. Because I think at this point, most of you are around are people who like the stream in general, as opposed to people who are only here for cities. If you're only here for cities, I love you, I appreciate you. But I just want to get a sense. I will not be dismayed or confused either way. I want to know what you're thinking. Either way is fine. Monday, what to do? More cities, more CK3. New DLC. Okay. Please vote now. Should be popping up. Again, either way, it's all cool. Just curious, just a temperature check. And the same with my students, I'll occasionally give a little topic overview, and I'll say to the students, just generally speaking, do you understand, do you not understand, or somewhere in between? Just want to know where you are. Let me know, please. You missed the crossword. Don't worry at all, Grob. The crossword will return to you in about 9 minutes time, because we had an opening section of 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's how this thing goes. Hey, Kick. Distant Worlds 2 after last fixing. I've actually never played Distant World 2. In fact, I do not know what it is. So, under normal conditions, I would say, let's go ahead and pull up Distant Worlds 2 and see what it is. But I'm going to not do that right now, because I believe we had a little bit too much time in the opener here. All right, by a relatively small margin, by 41 to 59, more CK3 wins. So we're going to try CK3 on Monday. That does not mean we're done with cities forever. It just means we'll put it on the shelf for a little bit and then come back around. What's the theme of the new CK3 playthrough? So the new DLC is about Persia and Persian culture. And it's another one of those conflict zones inside of a new area. So the first one's over in Iberia. The second one is in Persia in the Middle East. So it will probably be a playthrough based on some achievement that the new DLC introduces. As of right now, I've not looked at new DLCs. I'm not sure if they're public yet, but it's probably going to be, let's try to do some end state achievement. And yeah, I think probably one of them is defeat the other empire. One's probably make nice with the other empire. Our first Iberian playthrough, we went for make nice with everyone. So we'll probably do some kind of domination instead. Is it Tribe DLC? It's the Clan DLC. Yeah, they're bringing clans in. So we're definitely playing the new clan functions for sure. An all intrigue playthrough. As you know, Sally, I don't often do much with intrigue. I don't know how intrigue and clan will fit together, because I believe part of what makes clans work is people's opinion of you. And I guess the way you get higher opinion is by forcing people into blackmail and keeping them from causing problems, but I don't know how that works as a clan. So yeah, we'll see. But okay, expect CK3 next week. Should be a good thing. And then I'll look into Distant Worlds. The biggest question, as always, with a game I don't know of is there interest in this game on Twitch? And because I'll be honest, anytime we move to a new game, a portion of the viewership says, nope, I was here for cities. Nope, I was here for CK. Whatever. Awesome. Understand. But if I move from a directory that is like vibrant and fun and exciting to a directory that no one ever watches, it is a little bit dispiriting over here. So there are lots of great games that are good for me playing off stream that aren't great on stream. So we'll see. But thank you for the suggestion. I'll look into it. Can't wait for a new post-work CK3 soap opera. Yeah, as I said before, I know so little about Persia that I am going to need to do some research and reading so I don't sound like an idiot, including on my pronunciation. The new Stellaris DLC is out next Thursday. Oh boy, we've still done so little in the last Stellaris DLC. Oh, gotta pick one game and stick with it forever. Okay, so what were we doing last time? I believe we were spending time on just building up industry, building up housing, because demand just keeps going. Because we have a little bit of trouble in the old economy right there. We're now negative 300,000 a month. That was better before, so I can't build out anything that costs money for the next little while. I just need to build up what we already have. And so what we were doing at the end of stream yesterday is trying to meet some of the demand for single-family housing by building a little subdivision over here. And I think we're going to do one more. Oh, we already did one more over here. So we'll probably add some more of those. I just do not want to do the terrible, terrible strip buildings in which we have a long row of all the exact same thing. Try to make it a little bit different instead. So let's see if we can continue on that, because bringing in more folks and getting them educated will lead to better taxation income. Today I'm intending to make our first ever college. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And yeah, those are the words. Those are the words for now. Along here we'll put a few row houses. We'll also go ahead and make one low rent housing building. This will be a way of trying to make mixed income communities so that people better understand one another, so people take time to get to know the neighbors. It's all pretty nice, I think. I've been doing some reading about mixed income neighborhoods that really try to bring in a lot of people who are not just all the same. It's a noble goal that is. I'm not talking about class today. So it's a noble goal. The end. One seeing that this area is probably not super great for single-family housing, and the reason why is there's a tremendous amount of parking here already. It's really quite jammed up, and heavier traffic coming through. Eventually, we want to find some ways to have less traffic coming through here. For now, though, putting a parking lot and getting people off the streets might help. I actually don't know the relationship between on-street parking and worthiness for single-family homes. I think they might be related. At least for me, they're deeply related. So we'll see. All right, so just a cute little parking lot right here. Oh, the old mill. No, I guess we have a parking lot over here as welcome to the old mill zone. Pay your money to go see the old mill. We'll see. Is it winter? It is winter. Do I have snow plows? I believe I do. We have a, so first of all, it is winter, yes. We have a, where is it? Yeah, city services building, which is, here it is, road maintenance. So, road repairs, snow clearing, and traffic accident cleanup. So yeah, it's there. Do you have to declare snow emergencies? Not that I know of. so hopefully they're doing the work. That said, I do see that the streets are all cleaned. None of the cars are, including the ones that are driving. They're just absolutely covered in snow, but yeah, the streets appear good to go so far, at least. Maybe. Okay. So more single-family homes. So this area right here could be single-family homes. I don't want to do that, though, because it might get taken over by pollution at some point. Over here's industry. Don't want to do that too much. Robotnik Park still has some openings, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Certain you don't know of any city governments doing an announcement for snow. So I believe I've seen in the U.S. South places that almost never get snow. When they get some snow, the mayor will come out and say, "Hey everybody, go play with the kids today. Maybe it's a good idea to take a day off from work. Maybe everybody should stay home." In the north, where we get a lot of snow, it tends to be more, yeah, the school district closes because it's hard for the buses to get there, or it's very cold for the children outside, but it's not. The city shuts down. Now, I think a few years back, New York City had a crazy snowstorm, and I believe there was some city-level response to it. Someone else probably remembers it better than I do, but yeah, I think in places where either the amount of snow is upsettingly large, or the city is just not prepared for it, there may be a message from the city government. Actually, here in Tokyo, if there's bigger snowstorms, everything shuts down because Tokyo does not have like road salt. Tokyo does not have road clearing machines. Tokyo is prepared for earthquakes and for the world falling apart in various ways, but unfortunately Gundams do not have snow clearing equipment, and so it's all just a little bit stressful at times. So the city government then comes out and says, use great caution, etc., etc. Yeah. Okay, friends, we had a little bit of fun. The first real ad break of the stream's coming in. We're going to pause the game there. We'll have 3 minutes of crosswords and then come on over to some more of this game. So thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. And I hope you're having fun so far, or at least feeling relaxed and comfortable. I'm going to say I'm not yet as relaxed as I normally am at this point in the stream. My opening rant got the blood up a little bit more than it should. So we didn't finish yesterday's crossword. We are close but no cigar on it. We will finish that one today, assuming that we get through the new one for today. So as of right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 old crosswords on the junk heap. We'll see how this goes. Welcome to the Wednesday puzzle, November 8th of 2023. A domesticated descendant of a guanaco. I have no idea. Ramirez of And Just Like That. So I assume it's Sarah Ramirez, who was one of the leads in Spamalot, the Monty Python movie. And yeah, I believe she's since moved into a bunch of TV roles. Sage could be a seer, could be a word for like sagacious, wise. Gum glob's a wad, so yeah, Sage is wise. All good here. I am okay. I have no idea. The boombox from Say Anything, or the boombox from Do the Right Thing, for example. So I know in both cases, like in Say Anything, I think that's the movie where like the guy stands outside the gal's house with a boombox over his head, doing like a romantic gesture, and then Do the Right Thing, it's like on the shoulder, I believe, carried around. I want to fill out the brand name. I'm not sure. Pass with Flying Colors is aced. Substance whose production is depicted on Vermont State Quarter. What does Vermont make? Well, they make absolutely amazing socks. They also make absolutely amazing mittens. Maybe maple syrup. I don't think of Vermont as being especially maple syrupy, but it might be. Let's see. It's possible. We'll see. A member of the South Asian diaspora, that's Desi. One sticking around the office. So sticking around. Flies caught on fly traps. I don't know. Yeah, it's not that I truly doubt that maple syrup is right here. I think of New Hampshire. I mean, I think of Canada, obviously. But I think I was thinking New Hampshire on syrup. It might be Vermont that I should be thinking of, but glad we got it right anyway. Yeah, the socks are so good. So good. Yes, Vermont is right by New Hampshire. I'm just saying, it's what I think of. I'm wrong usually. It's how it goes. Hey, Echo Ridge Gaming, thank you for the raid host. I swear we are playing a Cities Skylines. We just have an ad break going right now, and while the ad break's running, we do crossword puzzles so no one misses a minute. Rusty, hello, Silverstar, Co-Ed rather. Hello to Lady Anime. Hello, Queen Calero. Hello, Clemson. Hello, Mistress. Brick Ed. Good seeing you, my friend. Hello to Cocky Chick. I'm Humble Resorty. Good to see you. Kindly Boat and Sampai and Who Knows Yo and Valkyrie and Jimmy Tea Time and everybody else. Grantham. Welcome. So many nice people greeting us and joining us today. Friends, please do say hello if you'd like to all of our Raider friends, and do consider throwing a follow to Echo Ridge Gaming. Very nice person. Someone who's like really at times laid back, at times exciting. A person I enjoy watching when I've had a chance. So consider throwing a follow over there. You're playing a little game called Oxygen Not Included. Yeah, a game I always love so much. A game I love going back to every single time. So Echo, how was your stream if you want to talk about it? It's good to see you for sure. And yeah, welcome. I'm Resorty. I play a lot of strategy games, a lot of simulation games. Brickhead, thank you for your generous resubscription. Yeah, we hang out, we do the crossword, we talk about Wikipedia pages, we tell stories about teaching. It's all a lot of fun. All right, we have about 30 seconds left on the ad break. Let me go and do a tiny bit more crossword puzzle, and then we'll come together. Kiara, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Lead into man or cave. So blank cave. Iceman, ice cave? I see the word ice here, but I may think that. Let's see. Activity that might kick off a team building retreat. It's an icebreaker. One on a roll, perhaps. A Sesame Street. Get it? Not Sesame Street. Sorry, Sesame Seed. I was too excited to get to my get it that is the wrong thing. So it is the case. It's a Batman and Batcave. Cool, sounds good. And with that, our ad break is over. Let's pause the game right there and get back to this one in 1 hour's time. Between now and then, we'll return to our city's skylines for sure. Echo Ridge, your playthrough is absolutely nuts. 1 new dupe every 3 cycles. How many are you up to? That's ridiculous. So I'm someone who tends to get stuck at about 10, 12 dupes and then never let anyone else in, no matter how adorable they are, how good they seem, etc., etc., etc. And yeah. Hi, Grumpy. I'm sorry, but no, we're not going to do that here. Have a good day. Hey, Pepper, thanks for getting that before I did. Appreciate that. You had 15 dupes by cycle 36. Crazy, crazy. I'm very impressed. Hey, Quick Ben, thank you for the resub also, my friend. Quick Ben, thank you so much for helping me out with doing the stream thing. I appreciate your being here for sure. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about our city and what we're doing right now. So if you've not been here before, if you're newly hanging out, we have a traffic accident there. Shame, shame, shame. Let me comment that we're building a city in a way the game does not want us to build a city. Namely, we have 3 villages, or 2 villages and 1 city on 1 map. So this is the main city with places for residences, places for commerce and industry, a little bit of everything. It is the main hub with a gigantic graveyard looking beautiful over there, and a bus station, a big parking lot, and all those good things. And then beyond that, we have 2 smaller villages. We'll talk about those in a moment. Echo Ridge, what are you doing, Echo Ridge? Echo Ridge, thank you for a new Prime subscription. I'm really glad that you're enjoying hanging out with us. And number 2, thank you for the 1,000 bits. That's really generous of you again. Cheers to the smartest dude on Twitch. Much love to you and your community talk soon. Echo Ridge, we'll see you around. Thank you for your kindness, really, and generosity. I'm definitely not the smartest dude on Twitch, but it's very nice of you to say so. We have a good time for sure. But thanks a whole bunch. Smartest dude on Twitch, XQC. Because he managed to convince a non-profitable website to give him $1 million, or however much it was. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Good night to you, OCD. We'll see you again soon. Right, so 2 smaller villages also, and I apologize that it's dark because not dark. Because winter. It's hard to see what's happening in winter, but this is a tiny little attractive industrial farming area. We have livestock, we have vegetables, and we have a wheat field too. Over this way, the people live in this tiny little town. We've actually not named this town yet, have we? Oh, we have. We call it Demeter's Ridge. So all the names here should be about woods and such. So friends, names of trees, please. Names of trees. We already have a sycamore. It'll keep just that name. What are some other names? Oh, we have chestnut also. Did I start naming these things after trees and then forgot about it? That's possible. Laurel? Huh. I think myrtle may be a tree. Yeah? We gotta start with the larch. The larch. Also in Larch Lane. Very good. Hey, Seth, how's it going? The Aspen. Aspen's lovely. So, Aspen Avenue. Once again with the stinking hellbore. That's not how you spell that word. So close, though. Sassafras? Myrtle's something. I think myrtle is something involving a tree. Pardon me a second, I'm going to look that up real quick just to make sure I'm right. Myrtle's a plant. Yeah, it's not a tree. It's a genus of flowering plants in the family Myrtaceae, first described by Swedish botanist Linnaeus. Good stuff. All right. But I'll choose a name you all like instead. So, I got Willows. Oh, Willow's nice. I was thinking about Willow last night. The character on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's how it goes. Hey, Crypto. You're making a municipality of multiple towns and cities. So, what you're supposed to do in the game is to build one city. So at the very bottom middle of the page is the name of our city. Our city is Chattingham. Chattingham. And so usually you work from the starting area and build out, build out, build out, taking care to have lots of easy services from the starting area around the rest. And one of our viewers, Fairnanthus, said, wouldn't it be cool to have a main city and smaller cities or smaller towns around the map instead? I said, sure. That's an awesome idea. Let's try it. It's not been super successful so far, but I'm having a very fun time with it. So over here in the city called Dwayne's World, good old Dwayne's World, we have a tremendous stone cutting operation. We got new tools. So initially we just had this giant machine, which is a real machine. We looked it up on Wikipedia yesterday. This thing actually exists in the world. It's this big, it's this crazy, it destroys the earth for sure, and it's very, very heavy and large. But, oh, they went back inside. Yeah, they went back inside. That, we saw a bulldozer maybe, but giant destruction of the earth there. Over this way we have a crematorium. That's not the building I'm looking for. Did I not start woodcutting here? Huh, I thought I started woodcutting somewhere. Let's see if we can find it right quick, just to show off a little bit. No, I guess not. Put woodcutting over here in a little bit once we need more industry. And out here is the newest city that we've just begun. And this city right here is going to be attached to the highway along this way. Again, city means one big industry area and nothing else. This is a coal mine, apparently. It's going to be very good. You expected the city to be called Riztopia? Rizotopia? Our first city's name was Rizsconsin. Rizsconsin. I love it. But no, as of right now, we're just staying with other names. Chattingham is because named after all of you people here. After chat in general. How much fun. So demand again for housing is what we're dealing with primarily. We started a new subdivision over here. The main attraction, which is this building. Nope, that's not true. This building right here. This is our first special building. It's called the Corundum Condos. Corundum Condos. A modern classic that puts a smile on the faces of inhabitants. It leaves +4 well-being within 1 kilometer of it. So people who live here, including those who go grieving at the graveyard, will have a pretty good time. Because of the beauty of it all. So, make ourselves some more single-family houses. Embiggen one of these. Should raise the property value a little bit, hopefully, whenever they rebuild. And then this street is poor access. I don't want to build inside of the cemetery area anyway. Alright, so not seeing any other place right here where the game believes it'd be a good idea to put single-family housing. So, I think, well, this area would work, or we could build out this way. As I said before, the big issue is our landfills right here. And so if I pull up the map that shows ground pollution especially, so it's very, very nice to see, like really sincerely great to see that the walls that are built around the landfill don't just go up to keep people out, they go down to keep the stink in too. And so this is as far as pollution goes, which means we could put commercial buildings along the side. But for right now, I do want to have, this is our big office area eventually. Alright, I'm going to make some people live back here behind the landfill. It's a terrible thing to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hey, Science Cat, good seeing ya. And Pope Dorito, I have no idea what you're talking about. Good to see you, though. So off the main drag, we'll put one more 2-lane road. The majority of the roads in our city are 2-lane roads, and I don't mind that so much, but it kind of denies that eventually we're going to have many more people here that will require many, many more places to live and to drive and all the rest. So my sense is that we should probably start thinking seriously about upgrading at least some of the roads. We'll see, we'll see. Current intention is to connect, is that true? Which road are you? Kent Street. Wait, why are you called Kent Street? This was Smog. It's called Smog Street because it leads over to Smog End, the world of the world of I almost said Harry Potter, I apologize, of Lord of the Rings. And with that in mind, actually, I noticed this Smog End is not 100% filled out, so I wish to embiggen it a little bit. Wait, how do I embiggen you? Oh, I think you bring up this page, and then you grab and drag. Yeah, there we go. Must make sure that all of the Hobbit workers are inside of one zone together. Taking the Hobbits to Isengard. I know, unsubbed. I didn't actually need to tell you that I almost said the wrong word, but it was a moment of honesty, right? That's what you can get from the streamer every day of the week, rather. Honest recognition that I forget words occasionally. Also, Nixie's Jinx, thanks for the follow. Thanks for being here with us. Appreciate that. So build this lovely road, and then I guess I want to connect to this street right here. This is a 3-lane asymmetrical. We'll go ahead and run that down on the edge. I don't want to run 180 into the intersection here. I want to have a little bit of separation between the streets. Hopefully. So 3-lane asymmetric continues along. We might end up getting rid of the stoplights here, because it doesn't seem that busy right now. But we'll see what happens. Okay, begin to curve a little bit. And, okay, what we can do is connect these two together. So, curve a little bit more. And then once we're back here in landfill zone, I'm going to move to a slightly smaller street. And have that curve up. So, then one last one curving, whoops. I'd have a proper curve there, sorry. Have one last one that's curving. Like so. Okay. So, that looks a little strange right here. I think it'll look better, though, once it's connected. And other lies I tell myself. Other ways I help myself to sleep at night. Okay, if I just go straight ahead now from here, what's it look like? Looks kind of awkward. So we're going to loop around to the side again. From here, and then back straightish again. This is definitely like interpretive freehand drawing. I like this. Looks like a smiley face, like the kind of smiley face the man the Pringles can has, I believe, or like the letter M, sort of. Oh, speaking of which, yesterday one of you, I've forgotten who, found, what was it? It was POY. Unfortunately, I think I've changed the road so that the Y is not visible anymore. Or is it? I can't find it now. I know this is a Y here. Past that, I don't remember though. Anyway, it's fun seeing little patterns in the screen here. Okay, so we just built this road. Do I really want people to live directly behind the the trash heap? Yes, I do. What's some apartment buildings back there? We'll definitely want to give them some parking. And this is an area that we will be naming. So please think of names for like garbage or trash or refuse that sound welcoming. So one of these euphemistic names. It's kind of honest, but also somewhat deceptive simultaneously. Call it Gary, Indiana. You're such a terrible person. Growing up near Chicago, driving through Gary, Indiana at night is amazing. If you've never seen it, God, I'm sorry, I know, we're not really playing video games today, unfortunately. If you've never been through Gary, Indiana at night, boy howdy do I have a surprise for you. So, Gary, Indiana, night view. Well, it's a very sad place. That's not what I'm looking for. Gary, Indiana from highway? Say nighttime. I may have to go take pictures, unfortunately. Yeah, so it's an industrial area. Right by the highway. So as you drive by, you see all of these stacks and smoke towers that have like fire coming out of them and like different colors of exhaust and so on. And I'm sure it's terrible for the environment, but it's such a novelty to see. Maybe try Gary, Indiana night skyline night. Yeah, I would have to be the night. It's kind of the city itself. Let's see what happens. I mean, that's quite red. It's quite nice. Nah, maybe if I had the word industry, possibly. Let me try air pollution. I'm gonna do night. If it doesn't work, we're just gonna say never mind. This is what you see. So it's much more impressive if you're looking from the highway and can see the many of these across a huge area while you're driving out of Indiana and into the Chicago area of Illinois. And so, yeah, it's miles and miles of these buildings, some of which are steel mills apparently. And yeah, you see the fires of different colors blasting out like that, and all these lights that are illuminating gosh who knows what. And when I was younger, I would always think, oh, this is like a secret government research facility. The only place I've ever seen that kind of lighting was in movies. So that's how it goes. Why did Gary, Indiana put Almay over itself? I suspect it's the case this is an image that you can buy to use on your copyrighted broadcast. I'm gonna get banned. So I especially supposed to pay money to display this thing in a way that makes you money. Whoops. They're torching waste gas. Oh, is that what's happening? So instead of kicking out the waste gas in its normal form, it's burnt off instead. Interesting. I don't know how it works. Joliet has this also? Okay, cool. Yeah, fascinating stuff. I know very little about it, but it is eye-catching for sure. Very good. Very good. So back to making our city, adding a few more apartment buildings. I'm going to give them a park or playground. Oh, we still need to start the Swole Zone, don't we? Oh, I think Swole Irish came in earlier and it said, have you made the Swole Zone yet? Which is a place where we're going to make a bunch of different gyms together so people can pump themselves up. Maybe on the coastline we'll do so at some point. Maybe. They're taking the hobbits to the sewage treatment plant. I agree, Bernie. It does seem very much like Isengard, this place of industry and building and creating, but not creating with nature. I think it's the case that, isn't that what Tolkien was thinking about? The orcs were meant to be a critique and commentary of industrial society, because Tolkien himself was so interested in the natural world of trees and so on. Yeah, something like that. You got backwards. Isengard just is industry. Industry is based on Isengard. I mean, possibly true. I don't know all the ins and outs of this one. So, give him a cute little park. I know I said I wouldn't build anything that costs money, but I feel bad for the children. So, park on the riverside. Lovely. Time for a name, friends. Time for a name that includes the landfill, but is mostly about the people who have to live next to the landfill. When I say includes the landfill, I mean it includes the knowledge of the landfill, not the landfill itself. So, I know many of you put names in the chat. I'll read them in just a moment. Barlow Grove is one suggestion. Refuse of Last Resort. I like that. Oscar's Trash Can. Disposal Drive. I'll make this street into Disposal Drive for sure. We'll definitely do that. Awful Farms. I like Awful Farms because, the idea of like, it's a lovely open area where you can enjoy yourself, experience freedom. It smells terrible. Oh no, what's happening to the piggies? That's that for sure. Some good names. So this street is currently Umber Street. Where's Umber Street go? Just that, perfect. So you become Disposal Drive. Wait, what's disposal in French? I'm going to find what disposal in French is and use that because I'm sure it's going to sound much more refined. Disposal. Elimination. That's how you pronounce it in Spanish, I'm sure. Alright, so it has a little marker, a little accent. Now drivers don't work anymore, does it? Express. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for the good help on that one. Maybe other streets eventually. But see a big desire for more commerce, so we'll go up to the exchange here and jam in some more streets possibly. Good old Kropotkin Alley is still holding out there. I think there's a little open space here, but yeah, we're not having that much more open space for commerce buildings. We can build a small street through here, maybe shifting these buildings over a bit, or just in a little bit with stores along the side that people have to then turn back around on. So perhaps I could have a small street. Let's just go ahead and do it instead of just talking about it. So a small street through that does not have any space for parking. The alley, I guess? Narrow 2-lane allows traffic in both directions. Okay. Okay, so we could put, well, maybe not. There's not much space here with all the zoning as it is. But if I zone this like so, looks like no one wants to build there currently. They want the walk-in traffic if possible. I think what I'm going to do then is put a parking lot in this area. So like pull back just slightly on you. And then can a very small parking lot fit in the middle here? Because I need more money. And using my streets means you should give me money. Okay. So it does fit there by knocking down 2 buildings. Sorry, 3 buildings. Which I'm okay with. Because they will rebuild smaller versions right next door. Boo, they say. Boo, Resorty. Yeah. And they'll put the little road back through again. And I don't know if we have on-street parking disallowed here. Let's find out in just a moment. Okay. And then we do some more zoning along the side. Maybe some will crop up. Looking like maybe. Yeah, we got 1 new building there. That's all right. Do we need another name of a economist or theorist for this area? We got Rothbard, we got Kropotkin, we got Friedman. I'm going to call it the Rudolph Rocker Rambleway. I've been that I'm ready to go for a long time. All right, that works. I was going to make a Marx Marketplace, but Rudolph Rocker Rambleway is amazing. So good, so good, so good. Okay. And then if people are not going to move in here, just by their desire to move in here, I am not sure what to do. Let's go ahead and zone it all together again. Huh. Maybe people move in eventually. For right now, they're not doing so, though. Okay. Does the exchange allow on-street parking? It's 25. Yeah, we built this giant overground parking building to hopefully have everyone use that instead of parking on the streets. I'm going to go ahead and raise the cost of on-street parking quite a bit. Cool. Actually do 40, but nothing past that. You have to walk just a couple blocks. You can do it, hopefully. And this area right here, which is also inside the exchange. Wow, the exchange is like Nevada. That's amazing. Didn't we have an area earlier that looked like Utah? Yeah, Howdy Hill looks like Utah. The exchange was in Nevada. Nevada. How do y'all say this word? Nevada. Wait, am I pronouncing the same way just in a different register? Nevada. Nevada. That's it. It's Nevada versus Nevada. I say Nevada, of course. I don't know how you're going to express the difference between those. Nevada. Nevada. I don't know which one you're saying, unfortunately. What's the difference? Is vad rad or is vod bod? So bod, B-O-D, or bad. Bad or bod. Bod. I realize with one pronunciation I go higher and one lower. I wonder why that is. Voices are funny. I don't quite get it. Okay, so parking's expensive. This should fill up as time goes by. I pronounce the same way I do pecan. Pecan. I think I have a family from the south who says pecan, but pecan. You say it's like bad. Nevada. Pecan. This may be a regionalism. I now wonder how do people from the state say it. Very confusing to me. Okay, what do we have here? Y'all want more buses? They want even more buses. We made a bunch of paths outside the city. They're consuming all the buses. So how many buses do we have in operation right now? You're in Nevada? Okay, if it's Nevada, I will say Nevada. Now, is it ne or ne? We're not doing this anymore. I'm good. Wait, pecan's the correct pronunciation? Wait. Have I been saying the word pecan wrong my entire life? Oh, you're in the South. Okay, in that case, I'm finally saying it's a difference of pronunciation. So this is the alleged American pronunciation on Google.
Pecan. Pecan.
Pecan. British say it.
Pecan.
Pecan. Pecan. I remember learning years back that American South pronunciation is closer to standard British pronunciation than the Northern kind is, which is kind of fun. Kind of fun to know. Alright, so we made... What do we make? We made this area to get more housing in. And there's so much demand right now for low-income housing. We can make a welfare office. We mean to make a welfare office, don't we? I believe I intended to do so at some point. So I'll put it in the area with city services, which is over here largely. So is it I think it's in the police force, actually. Police and administration, the welfare office. For $45,000 a month, it helps the less fortunate by increasing well-being in the surrounding area. What's the surrounding area? It looks like it means basically all the city. Yeah. As of right now, the place with the lowest citizen well-being is in this area. Wonder why. Yeah, I do want to be pretty centrally located, though, so... we'll put it right by the bus station. Bus station centrally located next door to that. It's a big building. It does not fit. Great. Great. If I flip it, does it fit? Nope. My beautiful circle of life is taking up too much space. So it can't even go here. Well, I can move the road maintenance depot somewhere else. So road maintenance depot, you're going to go... I don't know what else I have where else. Can you go here? Doesn't quite fit. Park maintenance is going to move down the road just slightly. We're going to pick the building up. All of the workers pick it up and move it down the street. Perfect. And then we want to move the road maintenance building over a little bit also. Pick you up and shift you to here. Cool. And then a beautiful new spot for the welfare office. Yeah, we can imagine this is all the city service buildings switching locations as needed. And there is a parking lot a little bit away from there. I was going to put one more in this area. Your cousin is a whole monologue about how the Southern draws a romance language. I have not heard that before. I would love to know the ins and outs of that one. If he ever makes a YouTube video, I'll surely watch it on stream. Southern English romance language. I could ask my wife. Like, she knows the history of languages pretty well, and she would definitely know if there's any possible truth to this one. I don't know. Okay, if we're going to make this area into increasingly drawing people, the bus lane is very, very close by. Our bus line is close by. So, I'll put some housing across the way. I'm going to use the multi-use housing here. Housing and commerce together. It goes right up. Cool. And then out this way. Oh, again, this is the road to the Industrialville. It's only that now, so we can change it back to Smog Street. And still demand for lots and lots of lower income housing. Yeah, keeping around the welfare office, because the welfare office leads to more happiness overall in the area, I think it makes a lot of sense. I have to make sure I don't put too many people living in one area. Okay. And do y'all have a park nearby? You don't. Oh, actually, factually, we have so few parks. Yeah, there's one up here, one over here, one over here. There's... The park maintenance depot does not count. Alright, so... You thought Romance language would come from Latin? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I believe that, what, English is Germanic or something? Something like that? I can go ask Nom, she's upstairs, but... Actually, at next ad break, I am almost certainly gonna give myself some coffee, because I'm getting a little thirsty. I actually may go before the ad break, we'll see. Oh, Abba. I see you over on YouTube. You're one of my students. Good seeing you, Abba. Have a good day, my friend. I don't know when you commented. If it was like an hour ago, I'm so sorry. I just absolutely ignore YouTube chat as the worst person in the world. Good seeing you, though. Good seeing you. Always nice to see the former students hanging out and enjoying my endless monologuing here, just like in the classroom. So there it has some lower cost housing. I do want to get a park right there. Okay. It's Indo-European. Yeah, I believe that Germanic and Romance languages are both Indo-European. I believe like the vast majority of languages you can come up with quickly are Indo-European languages. I think Finnish may not be. I think Finnish is a very strange language, but I'm not sure on that. I'll put a small park over in the Industrialville, just so that the workers have a place to hang out and enjoy themselves. It needs to attach to the street, though, or it doesn't count. So let's move it a little bit. Go. And now how we doing parks? Huh, that one only helps that corner. In that case, put one down here also. The middle section says no. We'll see if that changes at some point. And the business here. Finishes Cyrillic and Scand. So is the Cyrillic the non-Indo-European? Or... Oh, he's using Romance in a tongue-in-cheek manner. Oh, Romance like it's a romantic language. Like it's appealing in some way. I'm sorry. I thought he was making an alternative claim about where it came from. So, I'm sorry. I'm like, this is preposterous. Let's talk about the history of language. I'm sorry for being what is known as a dumb. I'm occasionally a bit of a dumb. Alright, put a little cute playground for the kids out this way also. We left a lot of open space inside of our starting neighborhood. I believe that we need to now take that space away. I need more housing. For sure. Good. Yeah, I remember at one point trying to read about like etymology and how it all goes back to like the Indo-European word for water, or the Indo-European word for toothbrush. Like so many words we believe ultimately derive from Indo-European, which really is like a big language family, and so no great surprise there. So this corner here is having trouble with traffic. Yeah, we kind of expected that, in that it is the one and only path to Robotnik Park. I think it would make sense to have a second way out. So I'm gonna move here and connect in up this way. What are you? Oh, it's the transformer. We should move that back a little bit, I suspect. But yeah, what else are the traffic problems? Finishes Uralic. Okay, I thought there was something to it. Something to it. Uralic. Words are hard. Right, we're looking for the overview of traffic issues. It's not as bad as it could be, honestly. So the middle section here does have a bit of a backup. I think it's just because this is the main drag and everybody's coming through that way, and we knew it would happen eventually. So we need probably another street from north to south, rather than just the main drag. And the way I've built the city does not exactly admit to that. So what I want to have is a separate Yeah, we probably want a separate entrance to the city that comes. Hmm. I guess what we can do is connect the educational side here to some other piece of land and then connect in. There's a bunch we don't quite own, though, unfortunately. Hey, Oxypian, my friend, thank you for the resubscription. Where we're going, Marty, we don't need roads. Unfortunately, I need roads. I need so many roads. If only we had flying cars, it would solve so many problems. Now, it is possible to make an airport, and I know the airport will allow me to have flying cars of a sort. But Oxypian, thank you for your kindness, sincerely. Hope you're having a very, very, very good day. And you know what, Axix, I will join you, Axix, in putting out a little bit of resorty yay there. Oxypian, I sure do appreciate your kindness and generosity being part of our community for so many months. Very cool of you. Very cool of you. Alright, so we're going to deal with the question of how do we connect this side. We need to have, what, 4 blocks, I think, to do so? 5 blocks, maybe? Or we may have like a diagonal line straight through. Look at that! Because I put resort EAs in, many of you did also. Axix, you're starting traditions. Thank you for your excitement and kindness for other people's generosity. So we're working on getting additional housing in our opening area, which, yes, the game says build more here, it'll work just fine, and I do agree with that. And unfortunately, Welcome Way has a bit here. I do wonder if I left some of these areas open for parks and such. When I started this city, I was trying so very hard to do a halfway decent job in preparing for the future. That's gone, you know, okay. It's been okay. I just reached over for a glass of water. I have no water. So friends, I'm going to AFK for just a moment, maybe a minute and a half or so. I'm going to go upstairs, say hi to my wife. I'm going to get myself some water and probably start the coffee water also. So hopefully enjoy looking at, what should you look at? Here, the busiest part of the city. It's all for you. I'll leave it running. You have to look at it through the words here. If you're going to be gone by the time I get back, thanks for hanging out with us today. If not, I'll return presently and it'll be lovely. So thanks for being here. See you in just a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes with that. Thank you. Hello, friends. I apologize for disappearing. I came back very, very slowly because I was carrying 2 glasses of drink, the coffee and the water both, and I couldn't hold the handrail on the way down the stairs, and so I figured it was a good idea to just walk down the stairs very, very slowly. But also, as I was coming down the stairs and into the room, I started talking to you all before I got back, and then when I got in the room, I realized, oh, the microphone's been muted the whole entire time, so you missed a lot of good jokes. That's the real truth there. Those of you who followed a moment ago, thanks for doing that. Appreciate that. Good to have you here. And yeah, let's get back to the game. We got at least another hour today. Wait, it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, at least another hour and a half today. A lot of fun hanging out today with y'all, so thanks for being here. Let's continue just that. I was talking about, yeah, we needed to fix this intersection after we become the next size of city. For now, though, we just got to keep popping out more buildings to hopefully fix the tax base issue. So over here in our so-called Steampunk Park, we build more and more office buildings because we know that we're going to need a consistent amount of tax income. These buildings will give me good taxes someday. Now, we do have a small parking lot here, or we've not made any parking lot yet. Yeah, no parking lot over in the machine area. I'd like to fix that at some point fairly soon. So, because I'm going to imagine this is downtown eventually, I am thinking that we might want to eventually put a very large parking building. It's only $10,000 a month. Now, last month I was negative 189. Hey, when we started today, we were negative 300 or so. So yeah, wouldn't it be absolutely amazing to get ourselves to at least neutral on budget today? I promise that every single day on stream, like, oh, by the end of today, we'll definitely be neutral. And then yesterday, I was worse than ever before. And so, you know, maybe it's going to continue. Maybe it'll get worse and worse. Who knows? I'm going to make a cut through here, destroying, unfortunately, 2 very nice streets. But, or not streets, sorry, 2 very nice businesses. That's slightly wrong. I had the curve on without realizing it. And I'm going to need the name for some part of a machine. The parking garage costs only $10,000 a month. That's nothing compared to the deficit. It makes it only a little bit worse. So right now we have one thing called the Gear Shift Gulch, which we call this middle part right here, which is not centrally located. My apologies. But I'm just going to dump a... Wait, what just happened? For a brief moment, everything here just lost sewage and water and all the rest. We need to see if we're not getting sewage and water and all the rest. Why does everybody say it's bad for office buildings? It seems like any other street. I mean, it's a little bit smaller. Maybe it's the issue. Maybe they want big streets for big offices. Let's upgrade it and see what happens. Yeah, through that asymmetrical we've done previously. What already is. I have no idea why that's bad. Absolutely no idea. A clockwork alley. That's pretty good. I like that. More steampunk, more good. Huh, so they desired offices for a while. I put up office buildings and said, no, not those office buildings. Cog Court next time. Remember, cog is the word to use, or cog if you want. I see one big demand, growing, is for more industry. So this village up here is Industrial Village. Go and add a little bit more. This name is, this area is called Dwayne's World. It is named after... Yeah, it is named after roles by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, or elements of his wrestling character. So, we're gonna need some more Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson fodder. What do you know? What are some Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson references that might be at least a little funny? That's all I really want, is a little funny. I'm gonna do the parallel thing here. Let's see what this looks like. Parallel, you can go from this side. Cool. Connect this last little bit here. The People's Parkway. We already have the People's Elbow Lane or something, and the People's Eyebrow something. Alright, will this area get flattened as we put these in, or do we have to flatten them ourselves? It is flattening itself. Thank you for that. Maybe not that one. That one might need a little bit of help. So we'll use the raising tool to raise it slightly. I just use level tool. So borrow smaller brush. That part there. Put it there. Cap. I hope that brings industry a bit. Jabroni Lane. Jabroni Lane is pretty good. It doesn't know what the smelling what the rock is cooking. Oh, I totally forgot that reference. This one we're gonna call do you driveway, and then Smeller Street, Smell Street. And then eventually we'll have additional what the rock is cooking. Or, no, better yet. I'll just move things up. This will all be worthwhile. Back to the parallel, I think. No, let's just do it freehand, I think. Looks good. And we have one tiny little one. I don't know why we're suddenly building streets this way, but looks okay. Looks okay, at least. So, do you smell what the rock is cooking? Okay, very good. So, do you driveway? Smell what? What words involving building would work? The word wharf comes to mind. That's about piers. Do you like walking is wing? Oh, do you weigh? Thank you. Smell what way? Smell what way? That's awkward to say. The rock. Road. Is cooking. Court. We'll never look at this again, but I love it so very much. It is absolutely fantastic. Alright, and I'm just going to dump all possible industrial buildings here. I do not care about attractiveness. I care only about building. Hope was built up pretty quickly. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Alright. So, no more demand for that. Demand for housing again. Now, I think we have no housing here, correct? Or very little housing. Go ahead and add a tiny bit more. The low rent building is unfortunately too high of rent right now. Absolutely brutal. I'm sorry, friends. I'll build you another low rent building. And kind of oddly, these buildings are not building. I wonder if the height they want to be is taller than the power line. Or maybe they don't want to live underneath power lines. Have you ever thought of that, Resorty? Well, sorry, friends. It gives a little bit of shade. It'll help you to work on your zebra-style tan lines. Perfection. Then out here, we'll dump a couple of the lower rent apartment buildings. One like, I think that size works. Maybe it does not. Oh, they actually don't want any more right now. Oh, because they just built it. That's what it is. Hey, Karmic Joke. Karmic Joke, thank you for the resub, friend. I'm always, every time I see your username, I'm like, can I make a joke based on the idea of karma? The answer is no. Generally, I have no jokes about that. I have no idea what to say, but I'm sure it's something very clever that someone's come up at some point, and I wish I were that person. Let's go and build a road out here. Desire for single-family homes will construct some along the way, so another little offshoot here. Parallel-ish. I had that subscription coming. That's not bad for an Ethos. That is a nice karmic joke. Had it coming. Alright, so another name for a rock movie. What's their movie Rock's in? The Rock's in. We have Jumanji, we have Fast and the Furious, we have... all we have, actually, as far as roads go. So, what's another one you can do? Another name. Apparently, a seat. The Mummy King. That's good. Mummy King. Oh, Scorpion King. Sorry. Scorpion King Causeway. I think Causeway is maybe Hanging Roads. Not sure on that one. That's good stuff. Where's the WWE way? I don't want to get sued. I don't want Vince McMahon and his whole family launching an injunction against me. I shouldn't even mention the WWE unless that happens. Let's try to make a bunch of the smaller little houses with garden next door, or garden on the next side. So these should be very similar, hopefully. Yeah. He's in Moana. Oh, Moana. Make way, make way. Ah, so good. I've mentioned this before, but if you've never heard the, what is it? The Lin-Manuel Miranda demo recordings of the songs Moana, they are so charming and so like bad simultaneously, because he ends up singing all of the parts in all the songs, and for many of them he has to sing it down or up an octave, and so it just sounds like it's one character singing the entire movie. But it's great. I mean, obviously he's a great musician, great composer, and so on. But it just listen to, like, oh, it's very, very cute. It's like me singing in the shower, I suppose. Like, yes, I can sing the high young woman's part. Of course I can. Yes, I can sound like an old woman. Here I go. So it's kind of fun. Let's redo that. He sings "You're Welcome." Exactly. He sings "You're Welcome." That song about I think he plays the demigod, the first man of Maori culture. That's so good. Hey Klaus, good seeing you. The actor strike is over. Oh really? Cool to know, Klaus. Do you know if there was a major concession on either side? Because I'm definitely someone on the side of having to sign away your likeness in perpetuity so that companies can use you for creepy AI acting in the future is absolutely not okay. It is a good way to destroy the possibility of having wages paid to actors, especially actors who are not big names. So it's another way in which the proletariat... Okay. It's a tentative deal so far, but no official release yet. Okay, cool. I'm very, very curious to what it's going to be. Yeah, very, very curious to see what they come up with. So we'll see. Building condemned to the building state. I apologize. Alright, commerce is desired. So, you all have only a few tiny stores right now. We'll get you some more of those. When I say tiny stores, I mean you have... What's this one? They sell food. It's called the Short Market. It's by being very, very tall. Across the way, a textile store. And we got a convenience store. Oh, yeah, these are... Sorry, my apologies. These are first level shops and upper level housing. Exactly right. So I'm okay with making exactly more of those. They're very helpful for meeting multiple needs simultaneously. This corner, more the same. Unfortunately, the area is going to build up fairly quickly because there is only the one road through, and I don't necessarily want to improve it too much. However, the other small district over here, this one has so much room for activity still. We'll need to pick up some more names for trees, I think. So let's have a little road that continues on south. Like so. And they'll have small turns off of it. Need to make sure there are not stoplights through this area, hopefully. Alright, give me some trees. Give me some trees, if you please. We need 2 more tree names. The tulip poplar. Lovely. I know about poplar trees. I do not know about tulip poplar trees. Tulip poplar passage. Alright, fine, Fred. The stinking hellboard is. To make this actually a different tree, I've got to make a slight continuation there. There we go. So we are now going to be the stinking hellbore. Friends, we have the ad break coming right now, so we'll pause the game right here. In 3 minutes, we'll get back to it. Love it. I'll pull up that tree in just a moment first, and then we'll play some crossword puzzle for the next little bit. Hello, Slivers, how's it going? So what is this tree? Tell me what you got. Stinking hellbore. Please do not be vulgar. Huh. It looks definitely a little unusual. So what is the stinking hellbore? Hellbore. It's fetid. The word fetid is being used here. It's awesome. The dungwort, setterwort, and bear's foot. Grows in limestone soil. Has wrinkled follicles. Its common name is not noticeably malodorous, although the foliage is pungent when crushed. Has yeast inside of it? I wish we were clear about what it smells like. I'm curious. If you click on the first link on this thing, species, where does that take you? A species is kind of a grouping of organisms. What's an organism? Oh, organisms are from ancient Greek. Huh. Ancient Greek is the Greek language. Is it really? Ancient... Okay, no, we're good. Whew, we're good. It's inside of parentheses. Inside of parentheses, I apologize, we're good. Indo-European. Whew. I almost thought the ancient Greek loop back around. It does not. Languages, communication, information, abstract concepts, rules, logic, philosophy. Good. We got there. Wait, technically I broke the rules? Wait, how did I break the rules? I thought the rule is you skip over anything that's inside the parentheses. Maybe it's not. Maybe I changed that one also. Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't even see the modern Greek one. Oh boy. That might be a problem. Languages are an issue. My goodness. Hello, Pierogi. How's it going? Tulip popping are the best leaves of any tree. Oh boy. No, ancient Greek is definitely the parentheses. So it starts here. It goes there, right? Yeah? I don't know. It's all good. Oh, ancient Greek is the parentheses. I apologize. I missed that one. So, right, biology will get us there via science. We're fine. I understand what you're saying. Thank you. We have another 2 minutes of ads. 2 minutes of ads. We'll go ahead and do them now with the little crossword time. I've spent so little time in crosswords today. We made almost no progress. We'll see. It may go off every 9 minutes. A snooze alarm, I assume. Every 9 minutes. I don't know why I chose that number opposed to 10. 8 for Lisa Simpson. It's her age. Good in Hebrew. The second day in a row of what is something in Hebrew. I don't know, unfortunately. Currency in Mauritius, I believe, maybe, or Sri Lanka. Are they rupees? Possibly? Not sure. The Who's Tommy, for example, is a rock opera. Take hold of, to grasp. What the nose knows, a smell or possibly an odor. Sophomore year. There's something called the sophomore slide, I believe, where some students are very good in first year and then fall off hard. We'll see. Start with the one-way traffic system. Does it really? Does IKEA have a path to follow through the store? It doesn't in Japan. Go on the fritz. Could be break. What's the down here? Thundering is a roar. So go on the fritz is... what a narcissist may have the god complex. Go on the fritz. Act up. Sci-fi organization with an arrowhead-shaped insignia. I mean, Starfleet has just that. Shared a living space with, roomed with. I learned the use of the word roomed in that way. Roomed as, what's it called? I learned it in Study in Scarlet, I believe. One of the early Sherlock Holmes works I read. Ending with proto or meta. There's protoplasm, metaverse. 3 letters though. Lines on a map are roads. A classic film that features the fictional restaurant Doc Hopper's Frog Legs with the. Maybe the Muppet movies, because probably they want to eat Kermit. Morning Edition Network is NPR. Bunny phone and belly jelly for 2. Sorry, belly jeans. Bunny phone and belly jeans. Maybe fads or something? Invigorates with up. Peps up. Yeah, no idea. Anyway, my friends, we have ourselves the end of the break. We'll pause it there and come back to it in a little bit. Robzilla, are you offering me help? Is that just a joke or no? Because yeah, it's brown slither stoops, and then because he gets stuck to the ruts, like the pink river dolphin and giant otter, they're should be true. Prove, guys. It is indeed slump. It is indeed slump. Grobzilla, you know the rules, and so do I. True commitment's what I'm looking for. You won't find that with any other guy. I just want to tell you. What are you doing? Alright, so tulip poplar. When you said it's a really beautiful flower, flowering tree rather. Give me a moment to pull it up. I'd love to see this thing. It's called the tulip poplar. Oh, wow. Yeah, so just the tree itself, I thought, I've seen a lot of trees like that. But yeah, when you get into the flowering part of it. Wow. Yeah, when you look at flowers up close, or when I look at flowers up close, I always think that is so unbelievably like delicate and has so many pieces and parts that must do amazingly cool things. It's just lovely to behold, though. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Thank you for telling me about those. I appreciate it. Where do they grow? Apparently in Illinois. That's where I lived back in the day. Throughout eastern North America generally. The tallest one is called the Fork Ridge Tulip Tree. A secret location, don't tell, in the Great Smoky Mountains. Good to know on that. Otherwise, your tree will get cut down, like that poor tree over in England that was in various old-timey movies. Maybe Braveheart, maybe Robin Hood. I can't remember. It's Robin Hood, I think. All right. So, housing needed. Yeah, it's pretty clear we need to create another large subdivision to meet the demand for housing for our folks, and it's a little strange to need to do that if we're going to be building on like this small area. Like, we could go ahead and say, you know what, Demeter's Ridge, we need to go take all this and make it into suburbs. We could do that, but I think I'd prefer to continue having the big city be the big city. We could make a bedroom community, couldn't we? We could say, okay, well, this little patch of land over here is a new suburb of the big city that is folks entirely people living and hanging out. What's this? Wee-oo. Taking a while to get the police there. Because the streets are so full of cars. The hospital's not too far away, is it? Where's the hospital? It's right here. Oh, yeah, the hospital building has to go through this intersection. Now, I assume that they have the lights and sirens. It shouldn't take that long. Well, not that long. Let's not worry about it. What I am worried about, though, is this number of cars. So, let's have another parking lot. Just a medium-sized one is good. When I say good, I mean bad. It's probably way too big. So a tiny one right here is fine. And then Awful Farms will raise the price on parking just a wee bit. And they'll have half price, but $1 for that. Let's see what happens. The winter seems unending. Yeah, it's because every month on the clock is 24 hours in-game time. I'm playing at the slowest speed just so I don't run out of money too quickly. But yeah, the winter part of the game does feel like it goes on for a very, very long time. Probably because the summer and the spring both feel so similar in the game. Things are green and relatively happy. See, one doesn't notice the changing season or that you're in the season at all, and suddenly long, long winters with us. All right, the folks want more commerce. I guess what I could do, instead of doing what I'm doing right now, which is I consistently add a little bit more each time, I could just go ahead and say, look, this whole area is for commerce. Please build in this whole area. And then whenever they get around to it, they're able to do so. Something's kind of strange with my zoning. Some of the areas that have been zoned are not actually building. In this area, if we build this up as potentially usable, these will expand at some point. Yes. Earlier people were asking, Jordy, why do you make different sizes of plots? Otherwise you get this. Gas station, gas station, gas station. Just, we don't look too close to what's happening or it gets very, very confusing very, very quickly. In a little bit here, possibly once we have the once we have the housing better under control, I'd like to look and see what we can do for bus lines. I suspect it's the case that our bus lines are much more productive than ever before. I think I'm also going to make more commerce on the way to our alleged downtown, and then eventually make this additionally downtown-y, we'll call it. Also, unlimited demand for commerce right here. So we'll build a commerce building right in the middle there, and right there, and right there, and then different sizes right along the river. I'll probably do a walking path eventually, see how that works out. And I'm going to raise the ground in this area just so that they're able to build up being terribly slopey. So we'll use the leveling tool, grab that, put it there. Might be a little bit much. Possibly a little much. So let's instead grab the right in front of it. Put it there instead. It's a lot better. And we'll use this smoothing tool to make it look somewhat nicer. Look nicer. It's just what it was before. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Good luck, you'll figure it out. No commercial demand now. Alright, so we made Legolas Lane here to connect these together with an idea of making something suburby over this way. And how far does the waste and smell and so on go from the industrial area there? So the ground level is just underneath the buildings. So that's the air pollution, which goes this way. Sorry, this way. That's the left. The ground pollution is right in this area, no problem. And then noise, no problem on this side, some problem on that side. And water pollution, none at all. Good. Hey, Mary, my city looks nice. Thank you. I'm trying to make it look attractive. I'm really enjoying playing this time, so it's good seeing you. So we can put a small, tiny, tiny little community here. Just a few houses, unfortunately. And for this, I'm going to use just an alleyway. It doesn't take up too much space. If you can try out CS1, I think it's a great game. I really recommend CS1. It does all the things that this game does. Not quite true. It does most of the things this game does, and I've had an absolute blast playing this one and playing CS1. And so if you think you might even enjoy it a little bit, I really do recommend it. It's one of those games that you can play for hundreds of hours if you like the basic idea of what's going on in it. This spot here is between Lord of the Rings and the city services. So we'll call it Gondor Grove, I believe. Gondor Grove Gate. And the reason why is because it is a administration of Lord of the Rings world. So that's in between the two. You've heard that CS2 is awesome, needs a little time in the oven. Yeah, I mean, I'm having a great time. As I said repeatedly the past few days, like, I really am enjoying myself. If I'd been told that this is the final version of the game and I bought it, I'd say, cool. It's working great. Nothing comes to mind that needs to be fixed immediately. Now, I know that I am not a particularly discerning customer. I know that I often do not notice things not working quite right. I know that some viewers have noticed that the economy does not work quite correctly, etc. But yeah, I do sometimes wonder if older games that we all think of as being, oh, they used to release games that were finished and fully made. I wonder how many of them, if released today, would actually get the commentary that no, they need a whole bundle of changes. They need things to be made totally, totally differently. And I don't know. But with that said, I'm enjoying myself, and CS1 I enjoy myself too. So we'll make a loop on this. We'll finish the gate out. It's like the Gateway Arch over in St. Louis, Missouri, USA. Oh, speaking of which, I mentioned yesterday I got a little tax refund check from the U.S. federal government in the mail yesterday, or day before rather, and the U.S. government apparently does not print enough lines on their refund checks to have my address correctly formatted across the entire so without going all the way across the entire envelope opening. So it had, for the address line, our, as you know, cities in Japan are broken down into subcities, and subcities are broken down into like neighborhoods, and neighborhoods broken down into numbers. Then you have to name your own building, and then you have to put which building inside the building is yours, and then apartment number, etc., etc., etc. And so it ends up being like 4 or 5 lines just for the address portion without your name and the country name and the zip code, etc. And so the U.S. government jammed like 4 or 5 of those things on one sentence. It got here anyway, but definitely the postal people had to do a little bit more work to figure out where on earth it needed to go, because and so they like written onto the package, onto the envelope rather, here's where it should go, adding in the east part, etc. So, as I've mentioned before, the dependability of the Japanese mail service cannot be doubted, never, ever, ever. Hey, Jim! Hope your driving is going well. Hope you're having a good time, friend. It's good to see you. You definitely missed an opening rageful welcome today. My class yesterday did not go well in a way that was not super fun for anybody. But it is amazing seeing you, Jim, and I hope your drive finishes up for too long. Whole bunch of driving, my friend. Whole bunch of driving. It's amazing you see comment about how you drive from state to state to see your kids play field hockey. Because when I was living in the U.S., I almost never left the state I was in. Partially because Midwestern states are often very large, and then the ones up in the Northeast are much smaller. So it's sensible to say like, I've driven through 2 or 3 states today. It's fine. Or for me, that was often like a big old road trip. But good seeing you, seriously. A little commerce here as well. Hey, Maple Freedom, thanks for the follow. A bit ago, we were talking about making maple syrup. So good to have you with us, and your name sounds amazing to me. Putting a parking lot in this largely residential area feels like maybe not a great idea. We'll see if it's needed. For right now, I don't think it's going to be. I see there's demand for industry again, so pop out to our industrial village, which is building up nicely. Rent too high, rent too high, rent too high. Frank Bolska, thank you for the follow also, my friend. Hope you're doing well for sure. Hello, Cam Bam Jam. How is City Skylines 2 compared to City Skylines 1? It's a new game engine, that's the big change. And so presumably it has more under the hood capacity than ever before. And hopefully that will be used to good effect as the game continues growing. I'm having a great time. There's some game modifications that I think are really productive and good, and I look forward to seeing how they play out as time goes on. That said, is it a 100% new game? No, it's not. Am I having a fun time? Absolutely. And so I think that if you're asking the implicit question of should you buy it, I think it depends entirely on what you want for your game and entirely on do you have extra money to spend. If you're just wanting totally new experiences, this is not that, I'm fairly sure. Hey, NGO XP, thank you for follow also. Look at that. We have one person follow and a tidal wave comes afterwards. I don't know why those buildings were showing condemned. Possibly when I built the roads out, they had a little bit of trouble figuring out what their zoning was then. Yeah, this is the lower income areas. There's not too much desire for that right now, but we're continuing to try to make some mixed income level areas. Try to make it look kind of nice. This is a dirt path, a gravel path the way to the stone area. I may want to build it up eventually, or it could be fun just to have a number of, gravel paths coming off people's homes. It would be very nice if you could make like homestead areas, acreages, where people could have a small house and then a large open field out back. Yeah, I think the way in which cities is entirely depend on roads for zoning. I understand why it's the case, but it does limit one creativity. Because wouldn't it be absolutely lovely if you could do that, right? There's a little bit of opening grass here, and then beyond that, behind that, you have an actual house hanging out. No, it must be immediately abutting the road, unfortunately. Aquadust? Yeah. I'd love to do a tremendous amount of cleaning the car. They'll use their air compressors in the garage to blow off all the dust. But I like it. It's good. They're still covered in snow, or maybe that's dust, who knows. Speaking of tidal waves, the map's been disaster-free so far. So there was one announced disaster when the game started. But when the disasters started being available, there was a forest fire somewhere. It's gone out. But no, I haven't seen any tornadoes. I haven't seen anything really. And I'd love to. I don't want the whole place to blow down, but I like seeing the variety of ways in which the game, it makes the game a little bit more realistic, I suppose. Okay, I'm meant to finish building out this part, the fancy city buildings. All you fancy city folks, I'm just going to maximally build it. Everyone gets their own tiny little sliver of land. But it's theirs, gosh darn it. All these neighbors causing problems. You can do that if you have a normal road with pedestrian street. So when you say pedestrian street, Jurgen, you mean the one's called pedestrian street, not the walking path. So the reason why I don't like that, assuming that's what you mean, I mean this thing, is you can't make, that's the smallest you can make. And so it looks like that off a street. Now, if I make this part here into a normal road, so you get a paved front yard. Oh, actually, no. You can't even build off the end of a pedestrian street. You have to build on the side where the road proper is. I like the idea. Now, maybe what you meant instead was this kind of pedestrian street, where you have a little pathway that goes to the person's door. I don't think so, but let's see in a moment here. Yeah, again, that's not possible, unfortunately. So I love the idea, but just not possible. I'm kind of guessing that what I want to do is not possible because it would be far too gameable to select literally everything as one kind of tile and to have build wherever, whenever. Path, I'm not sure. There is the alleyway. Good call. There is the alleyway. Let me try it real quick and see what it looks like at least. This also not functional, unfortunately. Wait, is that true? Yeah, unfortunately, the alleyway won't work either. So, for whatever reason, you're not allowed to build at the end of anything. Yeah, I hope it's a Front Yards DLC. I'll pay big money for Front Yards DLC. What's the goal? I'll fix this road first, and I'll tell you the goal. So the goal is to be able to have grass between the road and the person's house. The desire is to have a person build there and keep space and have all this as theirs. And I know that's not possible. And that makes me a little sad. 'Cause I'm just thinking, in so many places I've lived, there's been at least a tiny little space out front that belongs to the person, or the person uses. Like even here, we don't have grass by any means out front of houses, but you have a tiny little area where you can put some potted plants, a tiny little area you can do some other things. Now, some of the houses that are built do give you that, but not all of them. So if we look at this one, for instance, okay, yeah, this one has some space, lots of space. Other ones are built more or less immediately adjacent. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see a variety of kinds of houses that might be around the world. Maybe eventually. Not enough customers. Yeah, the desire for more and more people keeps it going. All right, let's add some more gravel fun. I'm adding a little gravel circle, I think. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So, number 1, a simple curve that comes off this way. I had a friend who lived out in a very rural area. And in her very rural area, the first person, is that right? Yeah, so the roads were initially just named for county numbers. So there's county road number 2735E. This one's 4946N, that kind of thing. But the first person to move onto the road could submit an appeal to the county to name it basically anything they wanted to. Most people who moved in petitioned to name after their family name. So if John Smith moves in, he'd say, please call it Smith whatever. And yeah, I think she tried to put in some ridiculous name, like a movie star she liked. And they said no. They said no. Which I think is perfectly reasonable. But yeah, the question of like how streets and cities get named, I think it's such a fascinating idea. Because often it's like, town fathers have this idea. It's always like, why do they get a pick? Just because they're there first? That's lame. That's super lame. Can Resorty make something resembling a circle out here? We go to the 90 degree. And I didn't see how long I'd done previously. So this might be a little bit. Level up. Level up. We can buy more property. And we'll see what else we got in just a moment. But that's great. It's nice when it happens when you're not really watching. I'd say when I'm not really watching. Okay, that's not quite there. A little longer. 90 degrees looks good enough. No. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, what happened there is I chose the complex curve, so I can just keep on continuing on the whole circle. Yeah, that works. Continue along. I did it again. I keep forgetting. No, I went too far is the issue. Okay, so for that piece, I think simple curves make sense to me in a way none of the other ones do. So we're going to stay with the simple curve instead. Yeah, for people that don't have helicopters, I think that's pretty darn nice. Alright, so we're going to name these things after the first people who move in. So let's go ahead and put one house here and see who moves in. Electricity is selling. Amazing. Oh, we know that one's first. And so we'll make a second one over here. And the second one's can name the little substreet coming in. I just don't want to put too many down or I'll get confused about which one is first and second and so on. The corner though, put a little commercial shop. Just one. Just one little spot. Hope we get a gas station. When I say one, I mean two. It'd be so cool if there were a progress bar showing how far they were from finishing. But I'm guessing that would take a bunch of work. There's one resident there already. The one resident's name, the Stephenson family. All right, so it is Stephenson Circle. I'm glad that at least is a name or a sound that works well with circle. Love it. All right, and you live here. You've moved in. You are the family Taylor. Taylor Trunk it's gonna be. Awesome. Awesome. And you also need some neighbors. So the majority of today's stream has been, let's make residences, hasn't it? Like, I'm not sure, honestly, what else I've done other than let's just make some more houses. And, yeah. I'm okay with that. But I am feeling like I should probably do something else in today's stream, lest I just change the stream title to, This Old House. Or more properly, This New, Real Estate Development. Was today balance the budget? That's actually true. The reason I'm building residences is to get taxes to balance the budget. Wasn't this down to lower before? I've built roads. I know I put 3 or 4 parks in, and one 10,000 a month. My head's gonna explode. One 10,000 a month parking garage. It's actually worse than it was earlier, despite all the building. Oh my goodness. Well, it's fine. Just keep going. Doing the same thing will surely work out this time. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I did build parking lots. It's true. Yeah, I think to have cities in this game, you're not allowed to have nice things. You're allowed to have just tremendous, huge tracts of housing and huge tracts of everything else, and nothing else can be even a little bit wasted. No wasted space. More efficiency needed. Love it. In some old French rural communities, the farms would have set names and people moving would refer to the name of the farm. Oh, so this would be like the Jones farm, and you'd become the family Jones by moving in there. That's really, really interesting and really unusual in a way I don't quite know how to think about, but yeah, they tell me that. Or is it more like this street would be called like a Sunnybrook Farm? Not really a family name, but then you are the people of Sunnybrook now. Yeah, ways in which as villages and cities and groups became larger, people had to start distinguishing folks with the same given name is really, really interesting to me. Like how different cultures dealt with that. You know, some cultures went with the, you're the Bob that came from John. You're Bob Johnson. Whereas went in the direction of you're named by your profession, right? You're the Fred who was the farmer. So you're Fred Farmer. And I'm sure there's other ways of dealing with it also, but I do find that really interesting as a way in which cultures diverge. There's no obvious right answer, but yeah, they just chose different ways of going. Okay, so a couple quick things. Number one, we have a whole bunch of points to spend here. We'll get to that after we look at what have we learned about. So more loan possibilities. The gated community, we don't need that, and the ore mining. I'll be curious to see where there's ore mining possibility. And then, we've unlocked gas power plants but done nothing with them so far. Maybe I should just, the thing to do really is just export power until our energy is good. And it feels just so lame, but I'm probably gonna end up doing it. Because lame or not, I'm annoyed with my my budget not working terribly well. The incinerator plant burns garbage, produces electricity from the heat. Makes noise and error, etc. You know what? Sure. More electricity to export. All we can do. Someday colleges. Let's do the emergency shelters. Sure. Please HQ is very expensive to build. Someday we'll get City Hall. Let's embiggen the parks also. Get that big gym at some point. Okay. And then, I know that I'd like to connect this road to the mainland to here. So how many pips would that take? I have 9 right now. So at least 1, 2, 3 to get there. I kind of want to do 1, 2, 3, 4 to get there. We have 5 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. So buy those. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 2 left I can use to buy some ore fields. Okay, so we found ore just south of the coal area. This one down here will work that way eventually. And, yeah, some down here eventually. But we don't have any ore. Well, there's ore in the middle of the city. We could dig up there in your Robotnik Park. Also, they think to make this into an area for the additional housing. So another suburb goes that way soon enough. But that's great. Now, I'm curious also, how are our bus lines doing? How are our bus lines doing? We got 6 of them. The usage is so bad. Oh, come on. I really believed better than before, but yeah, not really. Not really. So we don't have any bus lines down to Steampunk Park. And I guess I was hoping that this drop-off in the exchange would be enough. A lot of taxis going with no lines. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of give up. I kind of give up on buses right now. I thought the people coming into and out of the city would really help, but it hasn't really worked at all. So we got that unlocked. That's a sometimes eventually. Let's work on the new suburban area. So that's a dog park. Is there a parking area near here? Not trying to make one, but so it's suggesting that parking is good and available in this area. Okay, so we're gonna make another nice little road that turns off this way. Sorry for ruining your house. Actually, I did not ruin their house if possible. So I'm built in the other direction, hopefully in a way it does not ruin the house. Good. Good. Stoplight? No, good. Yeah. This turns a little bit more aggressive than I want it to be, but I like to keep people's home there. Alright, before we even start building, before we do a darn thing, should we think of a shape to make with the roads? 'Cause I do like Dr. Robotnik being built in accidentally, but I'm thinking like what would look good. I mean, I think I struggle between like what would look good and funny and what would be aesthetically satisfying and actually functional. Because I'm trying to make a person with like legs sticking out all direct. Well, you know what? I'm doing a person. I apologize. Like, what should I do? I don't know. Making a person. So this would be the left leg of a person. Which means transformer must move elsewhere. So is this transformer actually doing anything? Yes. This is the export line. No, this is the import line, I'm sorry. So, I'm going to move that to the commercial district instead. And then reconnect there instead. So, I believe the majority of the power in this place come through this thing. Everyone happy? Everyone's happy. Good. So we'll get rid of this. human body. And I'm looking forward to naming this human character we create. Bobville, Johnville, who knows? This is also backwards, but it's underground. I don't think it matters too terribly much. From here, right to here. Cool. Last month, how much do we sell in terms of excess electricity? Yeah, only 5,000 or 6,000. Okay. I am doing the thing. I'm doing the thing I don't know I actually want to do. We have 2 more purchases to help if we want to. But I'm going to produce a bunch of extra power. This will be a very large investment initially, but should pay back extra. So it needs to be on top of an area with groundwater. We do have this right here, and so... yeah, you're going to win. Where's the road for it? Where's the road for it? It's right here. So I don't know what the current cost of a megawatt is, but hopefully they enjoy buying it all. Okay, so we need to connect it to this road right here, which comes off of Demeter's Ridge. That feels very bad, taking the place naturally goddess of the woodlands and making her into a groundwater building that ruins everything. What are you overlapping? 1 second. You can build through trees. Oh, we started too far in. Well, what's going on here? Huh. If I start from farther out and work my way in. Can you not build over trees? Oh, this is a tree farm. I'm building into a tree farm. Yeah, that's all their land. I apologize. All right. A little curve to get there. Okay, and then come up and around. Yeah, I like that the tree farm is brown color, but it's occasionally a little confusing what it's actually saying. Okay. Connect all this. They're the sacred trees. It makes sense, right? There are indeed Demeter's trees. Is it changing the ground in an upsetting way here? Oh boy, how bad's it gonna be? What have you done? Sweet Jesus, what have you done? Wait, why are you up in the air so much? I wonder if I've snapped 2 off. It led to it not snapping correctly. Yeah, snap mode's on, actually. Try again. Much better. A little weird hill there. Let's try to fix that real quick. So elevation mode. Copy. Paste. Okay, so apparently the area underneath the road is a different height. Well, it looks nice anyway. I'm gonna leave that as is, but it didn't work the way I wanted it to work, I'm afraid. Okay, so like just stay down. No need to go climbing, just stay down. Good. Good. We connect this across all the way. Hopefully we'll keep the road level down. For right now, I'm enjoying imagining these are very large snow piles. They don't have to lower it a little bit. So, I guess I want to try and match height with this area here. So what we'll do is take a very small sampling there and use that to level all the way across here. Oh, better yet, why don't we just take it from there? Use it to build down. Yeah. Again, I feel like I'm removing snow. I know I'm not, but it's alright. Okay. Goes from here to there. Good to go. Yeah, that's absolutely okay for kind of out in the middle of nowhere building. Alright. We need to attach the big output to our selling line. Selling line is, what's this? Crime scene. There's a crime in the Corundum condos, and you all are sad there? No mail. Oh, yeah. I wonder if sadness means people will not pay as much taxes. Water fees high. They don't have the health coverage. Yeah, we have no mail right now. We should probably work on creating that. Oh, I'm sorry, sad friends. Whitney, welcome back. How's it going, friend? Good seeing you again. Was the crime the name of the place? I did not name that place. I did not name that place. It's not my fault. I'm not to blame. But yes, probably. Okay. So where's the electricity going out? It's right here. Okay, I want to connect this. Right that line there. Awesome. We come out this way and plug it in. And it does actually leave town. Oh no. So all the power we're producing over here does not get into the selling line. Wait, does it? Wait, does it? Wait, you're coming from... I've been buying power this entire time. No, that can't be true. So these two are more my main producers. They come up and over to here where they hit a transformer and bring minimal power in. They're not attached to the selling. Did I just figure out what's been wrong with my economy for the entire playthrough? I didn't actually connect two things I meant to connect. Oh boy. Well, we'll see how that changes things next month. Oh no. This may explain why, as I was building more things, my income was not really improving. The reason why is every new building I built cost more money in electricity. In just a month, this should all be better, perhaps. Whitney, it does snow in Tokyo a little bit, usually once a year or so, but not any big measure. No, it's a tiny little bit instead. Trying to think of other ways to go from the street into the picture of a person. It's either a belt, possibly. But I can't make clothing, so I'll use a leg and see what happens. This is good. Alright, so for the middle section there, I guess the crotch where legs come together, we could make a tiny little split like that. If not that, we'd have a... Oh, we can make one of those. I don't know what these are called, but they often appear as like demonstrations of mechanics. With those different rotatable joints, I suppose. Articulable, I think it's called often. Now, I'm about to make some very unrealistic body standards. I do apologize in advance. Parallel would help here, wouldn't it? Okay, so torso like that. Single line there. And then one little arm. Two little arms. Oh, this hand's gonna wave. This is a very friendly person. Do I use the alleys for fingers? That, I think is the real question here. I can start with like giant 7-lane roads for the body. So if I wanted to be a hand. Okay. And then tiny little fingers. I'm probably getting rid of the tiny little fingers here. This would be too silly. So the thumb. First finger's longer. Middle finger. The finger slightly longer than the first finger. Good. Or the so-called ring finger. And little cute Pinky over there. Good. All right. This is perfection. So we need a neck now. So the neck is thinner than the head is usually. But usually, so... Then, time for the world's greatest head. Oh no, are you hydrocephalic? Is your head overly large? I may have made the head smaller, we'll see. They're in the midst of doing a splits, unfortunately. But, behold, I give you... Behold, man! Can we turn into an island, or more specifically an isle? Oh, an Isle of Man. Ah, that's clever. That's clever. I like that. Alright, what should we name our man? What should Buddy here be named? He's gonna be a neighborhood. That's what we need here. I mean, the Isle of Man is definitely a real contender. Let's see, up this way. Oh, this way. Overlapping items, okay. So we can go to the... Put here, and then across. And no feet. Need feet, of course. He can't be Isle Man, no man's an island. Perfection. His arms are too short, you think so? I think you're actually right about that, but... Okay. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Relative to his body size. Okay, when I hang my arm down like that, it actually goes to like the midpoint of my thighs. Okay. I think that's, oops, somewhat better. And this side, he's Edward Scissorhands is perfect. Vitruvian Sim, Côté Léon. No, that's too long. It's probably better and more accurate like this, but I'm going to go back to that one. Alright, so, I like the idea of a fancy French name, which I've never been able to pronounce correctly, and that's okay with me. Beautiful. Alright. Someone asked earlier where I'm going to put my mayor's house. I don't know we get one, but I'm going to save this section here, pretend I'm the brain of the city eventually. Alright, so, this one we're going to call... Oh, shoot, because the way they name streets here, it's all Hickory Street on the right-hand side. I was going to say the leg bone's connected to the side bone, but if I can't make distinctions, it's not going to work at all, of course. Alright, so... okay, so there's the... we gotta remember where the various blood vessels are here. We're going to call it... Howdy Hand Hovels. Oops, plural. And now let's go ahead and do the zoning so people start moving in. Okay, unfortunately you can't live on the hand. You can talk to it, but you may not live there no matter what you want, unfortunately. And here much the same. I'm going to leave the midsection for parks, because that's right. I can't pass up an opportunity to build a nice park. This is an unfortunate area. I need you to please... Earmuffs, children, etc. Some part of me wants to put a waste dump right here. I'm not going to, but some part of me wants to do so. I do wonder how that would go. Alright. Oh, it's like it has amazing... spiky hair. There's probably a lot we could do with this. I wonder what it would be to build a city that was entirely, absolutely entirely huge. Not family friendly? Like I said, I try very hard to just be myself. Usually, I'm family friendly. However, I'm an adult. I talk about things in sometimes silly ways. But yeah, this channel is not intentionally family friendly. It's just accidentally so usually. Alright. So we're thinking to call this one, Calavera Circle. I like that very much. Anything with circle involved, very good. Calavera Circle, good. And then, what's it called? The Aorta Avenue, perfect. And what's a muscle in the neck? There's a, what is that? Shoot. Once upon a time, I thought about taking anatomy and physiology. That's the closest I got. So the trapezius muscles and the levator scapula is like in the upper shoulder. And anybody got anything? And you all know things about things? It'd be good if so. Hamilton Street is just this appendage? Okay, it's across the top there. So we call you just shoulders. Streets. Carotid Causeway. That works well, thank you. Perfect. Oh, the jugular veins are also. Maybe the aorta's down the chest. I can't remember now. Jugular jog. Keep putting that S in for no good reason. Alright, lovely. And, Birdsong Street, Hickory Street, they just call you, like, yeah, various flanks. So, doctor's left, not patient left, left lane, and right road. A good call, Net. Good call that, yeah, the aorta is down off the heart. I should know that, but... Okay. Awesome. Hopefully they enjoy building. Now, may I just throw a park in the middle? Is this the place where... For the sake... Where is it? For the sake of heart health, you need to make sure you exercise regularly. That's the place where you go and exercise. If I knew a way to get only food, like only restaurants right here, I would absolutely put a small restaurant in the stomach. And some trees for the lungs so they can breathe better. So, the apple tree. The Adam's apple! The Adam's apple! I literally go here. The Adam's apple in the middle. Yes! Alright, so a lung made of trees. I don't actually know what lungs look like. I know they look like they're like deflated, but inflated I'm not quite sure. But sure. A little bit over here also. Excellent. Some lungs. Yeah, this section I'm not sure what to do with. I mean, so if we really want to, and again, I'm not sure we should do this. I'm not sure it's funny to think. We could put some sewage piping through the middle. Like, I know it does nothing of interest or importance, but some loose sewage piping. Come on, stop snapping, thank you. Underneath. Come on, stop it. Stop. Oh, wait. So unfortunately the game can't think of any reason you want to do what I'm doing right now. And so it's pretty well convinced that I'm what is known as trolling. Oh, it's hard to get the right kind of curves. Never mind. Crisis averted. Fine. Alright, cool. I like it a lot. Oh, these roads need a bunch of territory also. Big demand for medium-sized housing, so we'll give one lane there. Other side we'll give just more of the smaller folks. Alright, man, they go up so fast. It's absolutely boom. They want to build immediately everywhere. And this intersection's might need some help in a bit. That's fine. Give me taxes. Give me taxes. Give me taxes. Friends, time for a little ad break. That said, we finally built enough small houses to get the Pop Musician Mansion. Boom, boom, bang, bang, there it is. The terrace of the house is perfect for the parties the pop star living here loves to throw. You will recall, last time we had one of these, the pop singer couldn't afford to build her own house anymore. Whoops. We'll get back to that after this ad break. We got 3 minutes of ads. On the other side of the ads, we'll play just a little bit more for sure. My wife is home today, so I want to go spend time with her before too long. Right now, though, when the ads come, hope they go just fine. No concerns at all. And then we'll come together soon enough after that. So, a person who might stay in a greenhouse. Green, get it? The eco-tourist. Like the pink river dolphin and the giant otter. Yeah, no idea. Shown to be true is proved, or proven, possibly. Shown is proven. Superlative to describe Snow White. She's the fairest of them all. Unexplored ocean terrain with the depths. I would say the deeps initially. A sacred text composed of 304,805 letters. The Torah. That's not how you spell it. 2016 Disney film whose title heroine sings How Far I'll Go. We talked about it earlier. It's Moana. Unfortunately, that song is very high pitched, so I can't sing it. A duck with prize down. I mean, is the egret a duck? I didn't know that is so. TT opening feels bad, so maybe that's not it. Stacked item in trays are stacked items in the cafeteria are trays. So, what kind of duck would it be? The Easter duck, the ether duck. I have no idea. Something signed. A note could be signed. Not sure. Once again, actress award. I think it's a Seal award, maybe, but I'm not sure about that. Let's see. What do we have here? What do we have here? It's a question of curiosity, question of confusion, opening for conversation. Not sure. Bodies of salt water. They're just seas, unless in a different language. We'll see. Helium's a gas. Good. All right, so I'm going to work off the things we already have. Good in Hebrew, not sure. Ending with proto or meta. Protozoa, metazoa. There we go. Bunny phone and belly jeans. They're spoonerisms. They're spoonerisms. Funny bone, jelly bean. Minister Spooner would flip these. The standard line is the toast to the dear old queen becomes the queer old dean. There you go. Spooner isms. It's possible it's still Sela, but still the essence of the C. Interviewer who asked Butchers Golly whether Disneyland's a member of the UN. I didn't know that. It's a Lee G. Figure of speech for an expert's perception. A trained eye. Flat top formation, just the mesa. The babysitter actress blank Mei Lee. Hana, I assume. What's the down here? A pink river dolphin, giant otter, Amazonian, I guess. I've never heard of a pink river dolphin. Let's look into that in just a little bit. Mountain and Mandarin is Sean. Sure. Duck with a prize down. The Eater? City where a series of 1965 civil rights marches began at Selma, Alabama. So it is Sela, and then My. Oh, My. What do we have here? Got it. Phone number add-ons are extensions, so you sign your name. Cool. Like a wet noodle. That's a wimp, possibly? That's hilarious. In a text, LMAO, so wimp seems pretty wrong. As WL seems pretty bad. Limp instead, probably. So the llama is probably the guanaco's baby. Some vipers are asps. Can't take the heat in a way as to melt. Eroded is to eat away. All good here is I'm set. Eight unto. Where literary agents are found, question mark. Literary agents are found. Huh. So spy novels, there we go. I got so stuck on what literary agents really means, which is, or usually means, which is a person who helps an author sell their book to a publisher. I was like, agents, spy novels. Blank con leche is arroz con leche. Way to go is a root. Come into view, appear. Good. Animal that can mate while dangling from a mucus rope. The slug. One sticking on the office are post-it notes. Good is, tov, mazel tov. Yeah. There you go, friends. A lot of fun, a lot of good. We got it done. So I want to look up two things. The pink river dolphin and the eider, possibly eider there. We'll see. All very good. Let's change to this window just so we can see these two things. So first of all, the pink river dolphin, and I'm wondering how pink it's actually going to be. I've only ever seen dolphins that are grayish. Oh, it has some splotches. So I think if I were to see this dolphin and not know it was a specific species or subspecies, I would assume it had a skin disorder or it had been in a fight. In some measure, it looks like elephant skin. Huh. The Boto, Bufeo, Tooth Whale, yeah. Sexual dimorphism, fine stuff. Adults acquire a pink color more prominent in males. I wonder why they do. They know like flamingos turn pink due to eating shrimp, I'm fairly sure. Anything special about it? Coloration I want to know especially if possible. Male Amazon River dolphins are either solid pink. Solid pink! I'm going to look for solid pink river dolphin image. Texture body robust but strong, flexible. Unlike oceanic dolphins, the cervical vertebrae are not fused, which lets the head turn 90 degrees. Mr. Dolphin says, hello? I want nothing to do with dolphins that can turn their heads. Okay, body color varies with age. Newborns and young are dark gray, adolescents light gray, adults it turns pink as a result of repeated abrasions of skin surface. So it is the case that it's like it gets into a fight. Now I want to know what causes those abrasions, right? Is it the case that they have a life that's quite violent? They're out there fighting for territory with their little teeth? Or because they're in rivers, they run into the floor more easily, the ground I suppose? So it is abrasions. Now, is it possible that the abrasions come from like the stretching of their skin as they grow? I have really no idea. That's cool though. Huh. Okay, we've learned enough about that for now. I'm actually going to save that one because I want to read more off stream. And the other one is the... Is it the next sentence? Oh, I got overly excited. Thank you for noticing. Repeated abrasion. Males tend to be pinker than females due to more frequent trauma from interspecies aggression. So they do fight. They do fight for, who knows, fun, territory, romance. I don't know. This kind of duck. Common eater, common eider. Oh, wow. I wonder how much of the bottom part of its head there, the so-called neck, we're gonna call it, is actually surface flesh, or if it's just feathery bits poking out. It does look quite soft. I see why someone might say, I want to kill that so I can sleep on it. Listen to the cry of the birds, it's funny. So the problem, unless it's on this page I can do it, but if I have to use a YouTube video, then the YouTube people get notice and get cranky that I'm using YouTube content. Let's see this one. Okay, I'm hearing no sounds. Unfortunately, I don't want to get my VOD challenged, unfortunately. It is the case that if you use other people's videos on YouTube, even just the noise part or just the video part, they often notice. They don't kill for the down. They collect the nesting material after eggs hatch. Really? That is so nice. so anytime I think that humans intend to use some part of an animal, even if it's part that will come off on its own, it's easy to imagine they just kill them. Or they go and pull it off and good luck growing back again. But that's nice. It's nice we have a more... I mean, honestly, anytime I think about how we use and interact with the animals, I think immediately, would a vegan accept this? I could imagine a vegan being totally cool with using that kind of down because it's abandoned. Like, they leave it behind. They're not coming back to use it. There's no suffering caused because they've abandoned that nest. That's really interesting. I think that's a great thing to think about. In the same way that many vegans are okay with using antlers that come off of animals. Because they're often, just left in the forest. They're animal parts, but abandoned kind. In the same way that you wouldn't go and take someone's television from their house, but if they leave it on the front yard for the trash man, you can grab it no problem. That's interesting. Cool. All right, so we have the pop musician's manor. Tell me exactly how those work. What's the bonus it gives? +2 well-being within 500 meters. So, I was thinking of throwing it over here. I need a ruler. And a ruler tells me exactly how long. Pierogi, that's not true. Cattle do not give their steaks if you ask nicely. If they did, though, there's a really cute little book of thought experiments, of stories that help people think through issues. The book is called, in the US, The Pig That Wants to Be Eaten. The Japanese translation is just called 101 Philosophy Thought Games, or something like that. Called The Pig That Wants to Be Eaten. And it says, look, it's the case that, gotta kill cows to get meat out of them, and they probably don't want that, and they suffer, of course, that's really terrible. But imagine a pig said, as it does in Douglas Adams' work, my greatest desire, my greatest hope is that I become a succulent steak. Would there be any problem with that? And for some of my students actually get profoundly weirded out by it. The thought of an animal freely offering itself for consumption is just so out of the usual that they are repulsed by the idea. And the reason why, I think, is it presents intelligence. Because the being speaks to them in full sentences, it still looks like a pig. If it can engage as a person, the students immediately go into, oh gosh, that's cannibalism territory, which I find is an interesting shift. Yeah, probably more to say about that, but I do need to get going in just a moment here, so I'm going to just build a little bit more, and I do want to speed up the game to get us to February, so I'm able to see, have we finally fixed the tax income by actually connecting our, energy production to the output. Okay, we talked about making a new suburban area somewhere, I believe. Yeah, we have all of this, so we could build a road over, or make a bedroom community, we said. You know what? I want to do that. That will be the goal for tomorrow, I think, is in this area, I'm going to go ahead and put this down so I don't forget. I'm going to make a bedroom community in which the pop singer lives. Now, those of you who are here at the beginning and in the stream, please remind me, because I will not see this necessarily. I'll forget what I wanted to do. I think I'm going to leave myself zoomed right in there, so I don't forget. And now I'm going to move to top speed until it's only noon in game. Huh. If I pull up the budget right now, will it show me what I'm getting for income? 248. On the services page, electricity, 373 import. I think it's the case that this number is going to mean that our we're going to be profitable next month. Unless it means we lose the subsidies, in which case we'll be exactly the same as last month. Anyway, we'll figure that one out tomorrow. So thank you so much for being here. Hope you had a good time. It was absolutely lovely and good. And yeah, return tomorrow for a little more of this. I'm ending a little bit early today because I want to go spend time with Noms, and I don't want her to have to wait for lunch for too long. So let me climb into 1-2 host real quick to continue spreading the love. This time I'm going to look for a truly small streamer for City Skylines. Someone who's playing with, let's say, fewer than 10 viewers who might be worth saying hi to. Because I don't think I recognize anybody who's streaming it right now. Oh, unfortunate. This guy's name is Uber Nerd, but he's in Portuguese. I'm unwilling to send people in the direction of, someone who doesn't speak English or doesn't speak in English. Let's see. I always feel so strange in this moment. I feel like I'm judging people. Oh my goodness! This is a person who used to watch the stream regularly. Oh my goodness. This person will be so excited to see us. I hope, I think. We'll see. I will definitely say hi to Nam for you all. Friends, this is British Viking Kari. Kari was a viewer, I don't know, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. If you just pop over there and say hello, friends, if you wish like a kind word, that would mean the world to me. You don't have to stay around, just go say hi, hang out for a while. Let's have a nice radio hosty, a friend thing to do. That's really, really cool. Lamar, thank you for the Prime sub. That means a lot as we're leaving. I appreciate it. And we'll see you again real soon, friends. For now, I'm gonna see you in the future. Let's go read some emails and write some writing and talk to my psychiatrist. Good night, friends. Good night.